Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. How are you all? I am CS Ishika Agrawal and we are here for our lecture of CA Foundation BCR of your chapter number 2. Let me know quickly in the chat box if I am properly visible and audible to all of you so that we can start our today's session. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, everyone just quickly drop me a note in the chat box if I am properly visible and audible, so that we can start our today's session. Yes, my dear. Share the link of the class to all your friends so that everyone can join. Yes.
Share the link of the class to all your friends so that everyone can join.
Okay, I guess
Yes.
I am properly visible and audible. Quickly drop me a note in the chat box if I am properly visible and audible to all of you. Yes. Yes, I am audible. Great, great. Okay. How are you all? How's your preparation going on? Yes. How's your exam preparation going on? How are you all? Let me quickly share the link in the group. Okay. Shall we start? Yes. How's the Josh? How's your preparation going on? And shall we start with your CA Foundation chapter number 2? Shall we start? Hello, Yashir. Hi, everyone. Everyone who's watching the lecture, quickly drop me a message in the chat box. Live chat box. Quickly drop me a message in the live chat box. Yes. Do we have to copy anything? No, you can take a screenshot. I have made notes for you for active voice, passive voice, for direct and indirect speech. You can take screenshot. Why? If you can copy, then you can. Otherwise, if you are lazy enough to copy, then you can take a screenshot. I'll give you time to take a screenshot. You can take a screenshot of this, or I will send this in the group as well. You can take a screenshot, right? So you can study this from your phone. So basically, before starting with the lecture, I want to give you a brief introduction about your chapter number 2. That is sentence type, active voice, direct and indirect speech. It's gonna be hardly 1.5 hours to 2 hours lecture. Very small lecture. It's going to be a very small lecture, short and sweet lecture. So in this lecture, in hardly 1.5 hours to 2 hours, we will complete the whole chapter number 2. What, ma'am? The whole chapter number 2? Yes, we will complete the whole chapter number 2. And after this session, I promise you that 5 marks from this chapter will be confirmed. Like, you can say that, yeah ma'am, 5 marks from this chapter we can score, because in my regular lecture also I have shown you the weightage of this particular chapter number 2, which is approx 5 marks weightage. Yes. Hi Bhavna. Hi Prashad. Hi everyone. Chalo. So before starting with the lecture, I want to show you where, like, in which question from this chapter number 2 is asked. So as you can see here this is your exam weightage. This is your question number 7. This is your question number 8, 9, 10, 11. So 5 questions are asked from your BCR. Right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Out of which question number 7 is compulsory, and out of 8, 9, 10, 11, you have to attend any 3. 8, 9, 10, 11. You have to attend any 3. Okay, madam, understood. Now again in question number 8, there are various subparts, like there's 8A, 8B, 8C, 9A, 9B, 9C, 10A, 10B, 10C, 11A, 11B, 11C, right? So from your chapter number 2, 1 mark question is asked in question number 8B. Question number 8B, 1 mark question is asked from chapter number 2. Again in 9B, 1 mark question is asked from chapter number 2, which is your sentence type. Again in 10B, 3 mark question. Oh my god, 3 mark question. Oh yes, 3 mark question. From in question number 10B, 3 mark question is asked from your chapter number 2, as you can see, from your chapter number 2. And in question number 11, question number 11B, 1 mark question is asked from your chapter number 2. So if you will total, how many marks, madam? 1 mark in question number 8, 1 mark in question number 9, 3 marks in question number 10, and 1 mark in question number 11. That is total of 6 marks. Total 6 marks question are asked from your chapter number 2 of BCR. And out of this 4, 1 is optional. Like out of 8, 9, 10, 11, you have to attend any 3. So if you'll remove 1 question, even after that, your approx 5 mark question is asked from your chapter number 2. Are you understanding? Like this 6 mark question, but 1 you have to choose. So you can say approx 5 marks weightage is there of your chapter number 2, which is why this chapter is very important. You cannot ignore this chapter. No, you cannot. You cannot ignore this chapter. Otherwise, I will ignore you, right? So you don't have to ignore this chapter. I promise you, this next 1 hour is going to be very productive, and you can make a sure short success out of this. You can make it a sure short 5 marks in your BCR paper. And you know what is the good thing about this chapter? One last thing before starting the chapter. What is the good thing about this chapter? The good thing is you don't have to waste your time. Like in other chapters, that is very time consuming. Note making, comprehension passages, all these chapters are précis writing, all these chapters are time consuming. Why? Because long passages are given and you have to read that long passage, and after reading that passage you have to attend the question. So it takes time. Yeah, it takes time. But in chapter number 2, this is very time friendly. In hardly 1 minute you can solve active voice, passive voice question, direct indirect speech question. So this is not time taking. So in very less time you can score 5 marks from this chapter. So be very attentive. Now take your notebook, take your pen and paper. If you want to write anything, you can write. If you want to take screenshot, you can take screenshot. I will give you time to take screenshot. And that's how we are going to score the 5 marks from this chapter. So without further ado, let's start chapter number 2, which is sentence type, active, passive, direct, indirect speech. Now, since we are very close to our examination, I'm not gonna waste your time in discussing irrelevant topics which doesn't come in your examination. Basically, in this chapter, lot of things about grammar is given. Like in this chapter, what is grammar is given, right? After that, what is phrase, what is types of phrase, what is clause, after that, what is clause, what is sentence, right? And what is object, subject, predicate, what is verb, types of verb, after that complements, types of sentence, etc., etc. After this topic, after types of sentence, there is one topic, subject verb agreement. After subject verb agreement, there is the main topic, which is your, no wait, after that there's tenses, and after that there's your main topic, which is your active voice and passive voice. And after this there is your last topic, which is, my dear, which is, oh my dear, which is direct and indirect speech. So there are so many topics from this particular chapter, chapter number 2. But ma'am, do we have to study all? The answer is no. You don't have to study all. No need. Question from this chapter comes only from the topic of active voice and passive voice and direct and indirect speech. So you don't need to study all other topics. What is noun, what is pronoun, what is verb, what is object, all these basics we don't have to study. Direct question does not come from all this topic. So basically this lecture is gonna be total examination point of view lecture. In your examination, question comes only from 2 topics. I'm repeating again. In your examination, questions from this topic comes only from 2 topics, active voice and passive voice, direct and indirect speech. Only these 2 topics. So we have to study only and only these 2 topics. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. Ekdam clear. So if you see the recent 4 to 5 past exam question, only active voice, passive voice, direct and indirect speech comes. So we don't have to study all this. You can skip. You can skip all this topic. First, we are going to do a topic of your active voice and passive voice. So come to this page number. Come to page number 2.18. Come to page number 2.18. Come to page number, oh madam and sir, come to page number 2.18. Here we will be doing from your topic of active passive voice, and I have made notes. So we'll study this topic from notes, and I promise you all the rules. There are a lot of rules which you have to study for conversion of active voice to passive voice and passive voice to active voice. And after this lecture, all your confusion will be gone, and this will be completed. Why not in Zoom meeting? In Zoom meeting now, there is a lot of software hangs a lot basically, so that's why we are doing in YouTube. I guess the video quality is good in YouTube. Is it fine, or is it creating any problem? I guess the video quality is fine. Yes, video quality is fine in YouTube. Yes sir. Yes. Yes, great. Okay, Shilpa is saying yes. Great. So we will be starting with active voice and passive voice. There are a lot of rules which you have to study, which you have to keep in your mind for conversion of active voice to passive voice. Ma'am, what type of question comes in exam? Active voice will be given. They will ask you to convert into passive voice, or vice versa. Meaning, they will give you passive voice. They will ask you to convert in active voice. So for that, we have to study various rules. And before starting with the active voice and passive voice, we have to study a sentence. Basically, a sentence is made of three parts, which is subject, verb, and object. In sentence, there are three parts, which is your subject, verb, and object. And madam, you have to identify what is the subject, what is the verb, what is the object. First thing, in a sentence, there is subject plus verb plus object. Now, madam, the main point of discussion is your subject. You are talking about which thing, or you are talking about whom. The person or the thing you are talking about is your subject. The main center of attraction, the main point, the main center of attraction is your subject. Like here, Rohit wrote a story on the wall. Rohit wrote a story on the wall. Here in this particular sentence, Rohit wrote a story on the wall. We are talking about Rohit. Rohit is the center of attraction. So here your subject is Rohit. Verb, you know, action. What Rohit is doing? Rohit wrote on a wall. Rohit wrote on a wall. What Rohit did? Oh, Rohit wrote. So what is the action? The action is wrote. So this is your verb. What is your object? The one which receives action. The one which receives action of the verb. Subject is doing action directly on the object. So here, where Rohit is writing a story? Rohit is writing story on the wall. What Rohit is writing? Rohit is writing a story on the wall. So you know, here two objects are there. The main object is your a story. What Rohit is writing? Rohit is writing a story. What Rohit is writing? Rohit is writing a story on the wall. So here, this yellow one is your subject, green one is your verb, and blue one is your object. So what is your in a sentence? First, you have to understand a sentence basically comprises of subject plus verb plus object. So say if you see Sanya sang a song. Sanya sang a song. We are talking about whom? We are talking about Sanya. So here the main center of attraction is Sanya. The main point of discussion is Sanya. So we are talking about Sanya. The main point, center of attraction is Sanya. So here Sanya is the subject. What Sanya is doing? Oh, Sanya sang a song. Sanya sang a song. So this is your action. So sang is your verb. Now what Sanya is singing? Sanya is singing a song. A song is receiving action. So a song is the object. So you can see here in this particular sentence, Sanya is the subject, sang is the verb, and a song is the object. Another example, we enclose payment together with our order. We enclose payment together with our order. We are talking about we. Here we. What is the main center of discussion? The main center of attraction is we. We are talking about we. We enclose the payment together with our order. So here subject is we, enclose as verb, payment is object. We would reduce cost if we use less paper. So here we are talking again about we. So we is your subject, would reduce is your verb, and cost is your object. Food from roadside vendors should not be eaten by children. Here, what we are talking about? We are talking about food from roadside vendors. We are saying that food from roadside vendors should not be eaten by children. So here we are talking about food from roadside vendors. So this is your subject. This is your main point of discussion. The main point of discussion is food from roadside vendors. So this is your subject. Now, should not be eaten, this is your verb, and by children is your object. Similarly, his painting has been praised by the critics. So we are talking about his painting. So his painting is the main center of attraction. So his painting is your subject, and what has been praised, this is your verb. What action is going on? Oh, his painting has been praised. So has been praised is your verb, and by the critics is your object. So this is the step 1 to understand active and passive voice. That is, first we have to understand subject, verb, and object in a sentence. Now, if you're done understanding this, let's move on to the step 2. And in the step 2, we will be understanding, oh, which particular sentence is in active voice and which particular sentence is in passive voice. So for that, you have to understand, in active voice, your subject is always the doer and object is the receiver. However, in passive voice, subject is the receiver and object is the doer. Do not understand? Don't worry. Let us understand with the help of example. Let us understand with the help of example. Example, let's take an example. Ram kicked a ball. Ram kicked a ball. Here, subject is your Ram because we are talking about Ram. Ram kicked a ball. Kicked is a verb because that is an action. So, Ram kicked a ball. So, Ram is the subject. Kicked is the verb. A ball is the object because ball is receiving the action. Ball is receiving the action. That is, Ram is kicking what? Ball. So your subject is Ram, ball is object. Now please tell me who is the doer. Please tell me who is doing, who is actually doing something. Who is the doer here? Who is the doer? Who is doing the action? Who is kicking the ball? Ram is kicking the ball now. Who is the doer? Doer means who is doing the action, who is carrying out the action. Yes, Yashraj is saying Ram. Yashir is saying Ram. Ramu nahi, Ram. Okay, so yes, subject, who is the doer here? Ram is the doer, right? Ram is the doer. So here subject is doer, and who is receiving, the action, who is being kicked? Ball is being kicked, right? So object is receiver. So you can say that this is an active voice. This is an active voice because in active voice your subject is the doer and object is receiver. Here Ram is your subject, ball is your object, and as you can see, Ram is only doing thing. Ram is only kicking the ball, right? So Ram is the doer. So Ram is your subject, which is also a doer. Ball is your object, which is also the receiver. Why? Because ball is receiving the action of Ram. Ball is being kicked by the Ram. So this is an active voice. Now in a passive voice, let's understand what happens in a passive voice. Let's take an example. The ball was kicked by Ram. The ball was kicked by Ram. The ball was kicked by Ram. Here, the main center of attraction is the ball. Here we are talking about the ball. So the ball is your subject and Ram is your object. Please understand, here the main center of attraction, the main point of discussion is ball. Here we are talking about ball. The ball was kicked by Ram. So here the ball is the subject and Ram is the object. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam, we are clear with this. Now, please tell me who is the doer? Who is the doer? Who's actually carrying out the action? Who is the doer? Who is carrying out action? Ball is carrying out action or Ram is carrying out action? Oh madam, Yashraj, Yashraj is saying ball. Ball is carrying out the action or Ram is carrying out action. Arjun is saying Ram. Arjun is saying Ram is carrying out action. Yasir is saying Ram is carrying out action. Okay, so of course, yes, Ramu. Yes, Ram, Mr. Ram. Keshav is saying Ram, Yashraj is saying Ram. Okay, so basically here Ram is carrying out action, right? So Ram is doer. Ram is doer. And here, as you can see, who is the doer? Ram is doer. Ram is carrying out the action. Now, who is receiving the action? The ball is receiving the action. The ball is being kicked by the Ram. So ball is the receiver. Now you can see that in this particular sentence, subject is not doer. Subject is receiver and object is doer. So you can say that this is a passive voice. So are you understanding now that in an active voice, subject is the doer, object is receiver. However, in a passive voice, subject is receiver and object is doer. Madam, crystal clear. Anshuman is also saying Ram. Great, great. All boys are here. Kya? Where are my girls? Where are my girls? Rest? Yes. Shilpa, one girl is there. Yes, where are my girls? Let's take one more example. I baked a cake. I so gaye honge in the kitchen. Yes, Shilpa is here. Yes. Okay. I baked a cake. So this is a sentence. Here we are talking about I. We are talking about I. I baked the cake. So here I is the subject and I baked. Baked is your verb. I baked what? I baked a cake. So cake is your object. Cake is your object. Why? Because cake is receiving the action. Cake is receiving the action. Are we clear with this? Yes, I baked a cake. Now here, as you first you understood that I is the subject and cake is the object. Now please tell me who is the doer and who is the receiver. Here, who is doing? Who is actually carrying out the action? I am carrying out the action. Now I am baking a cake. So here I is the doer and cake is the receiver. I am baking what? Cake. So here I is the doer and cake is the receiver. So madam and sir, here subject is doer, object is receiver. So this is your active voice. In active voice, subject is doer and object is receiver. Simultaneously, vice versa, sorry. In passive voice, let's take an example. A cake is baked by me. A cake is baked by me. So here main center of attraction is a cake. We are talking about a cake. So a cake is your subject. A cake is your subject. A cake is baked by me. Me is object. A cake is baked by me. But my question is, who is the doer? A cake is the doer or me is the doer? Of course, me na. I am baking a cake, right? So me is the doer. So my dear friends, here subject is the receiver and object is the doer, and that is why this sentence is in passive voice. This sentence is in passive voice. Yes, everyone. Correct. Yasir, Rakshita. Oh, one more girl is here. Rakshita, Yashraj, Arjun, Vedahi. One more girl. 3 girls. Vedahi. Okay. Great. Everyone crystal clear? Yes, let's take a last example. We are going to watch a movie tonight. Here, we is the subject because we are talking about we are going to watch a movie tonight. We is your subject. We are going to watch. Are going to watch is your verb. A movie is your object. We are going to watch a movie tonight. So here, who is the doer? We are doer. So subject is doer, object is receiver. So this is active voice. However, if we say a movie is going to be watched by us tonight, a movie is going to be watched by us tonight. So here we are talking about a movie. A movie is the center of discussion. So a movie is your subject and is going to be watched is verb, by us is your object. And here who's the doer? Us is doer, not a movie. So here subject is receiver and object is doer. So we can say that this is passive voice. Are we clear till now? Any doubt? Any doubt? Are we clear till now? That first you have to see whether subject is doer or object is doer. In active voice, subject is doer. In passive voice, object is doer. Are we clear till now? Yes, whether he is saying yes. Shilpa is saying clear, ma'am. Yes. Yes. Everyone. Everyone. Yes, everyone clear. Till now. Yes. Yasser is saying yes. Okay, great. So till now what we did, we studied what is subject, verb, object, and we studied first how to identify whether a particular sentence is in active voice or passive voice. Ma'am, can you share this PDF in the group? Yes, I will share. I will certainly share this PDF in the group after this lecture. Okay. Now, if in your examination they will either give you active voice or passive voice and they will ask you to convert, right? So how to convert? These are certain rules which you have to follow for conversion. The first rule is change of subject and object. The very basic rule which we basically know, that if in active voice there is a subject and there is an object, if you want to convert an active voice into passive voice, then your subject will become object and your object will become subject. Hi Allah, what madam? What? Again, I'm coming again. If in active voice there's a subject, it will become object in passive voice, and with the one which is the object of the active voice, it will become subject in passive voice. Madam, please tell us example. Okay, don't worry, we will discuss example also. Example is Lalita. Example, madam, Lalita teaches poor children. Lalita teaches poor children. My dear, oh my dear, Lalita teaches poor children. So here subject is Lalita. Why, madam? We are talking about Lalita, na? Lalita is the main center of discussion. Now boys will say, who Lalita? There is an imaginary Lalita. Okay. So Lalita teaches poor children. So Lalita is your subject because we are talking about Lalita. Lalita is the main center of discussion. Teaches is your verb, and Lalita teaches poor children. So poor children is your object. Yes. Keshav's girlfriend. Okay. Lalita teaches poor children. Now, if you will convert this into passive voice, then it will become the poor children are taught by Lalita. So my dear, now in the passive voice, we are saying the poor children are taught by Lalita. Now here in this particular sentence, the main point of discussion is poor children. In this sentence, the main point of discussion is poor children. So here now the subject became poor children and object became Lalita. So as you can see, there's a shuffle. Like subject become object and object become subject. There's a shuffle, right? So here the poor children became subject and Lalita became object. Again, one more example. Example, yes, Laila Majnu baad mein karna. First focus on the concept. Government passed the bill. So here subject is your government because we are talking about government, and government passed the bill. The bill is your object. If you will convert this into passive voice, it will become the bill was passed by government. The bill was passed by the government. So here the bill became your subject and the government became your object. So there's a shuffle. Subject becomes object. Object becomes subject. Someone broke the pot. Here someone is your subject. The pot is your object. If you'll convert this into passive voice, it will become the pot was broken by someone. The pot was broken by someone. So how here the pot will become the subject and someone will become the object. So it will become the pot was broken by someone. So basically the first rule which you have to understand is when you're converting active voice to passive voice, subject becomes object and object becomes subject. Madam, once again, along with dancing, subject becomes object and object becomes subject. Subject become object and object become subject. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. Now the most khatarnak thing. Most khatarnak means verb. How to convert verb. Most khatarnak. Not khatarnak, easy, but you have to take care here. Small details, you have to take care of the small details. Good afternoon, Prashad. Yes, hi, Afan. I am good. Yes, yes. Okay, yes. So now first rule is done. You have to change the subject and the object. Now the second rule, how to change verb when you're converting from active voice to passive voice. How to change verb, madam and sir. As you can see here in this particular sentence, Lalita teaches poor children. In active voice, the verb is teaches. The verb is teaches. Now in passive voice, it is the poor children are taught by Lalita. Teachers become are taught by Hayalla. Teachers become are taught by how, madam? How? Here in active voice, the verb is passed. Government passed the bill. In passive voice, it became the bill was passed by. How come passed become was passed? How come broke become was broken? How verb is changed? For that, there are some rules which we will study. So we will study different rules for present tense, past tense and future tense. If you want, you can take the screenshot of this particular thing. Let me off my camera. Just a second. Yeah, now you can take a screenshot of this. If it is clear, now you can take the screenshot of this. Yes, clear. Done screenshot. Yes. Yes. Yashraj and Keshav are like Tom and Jerry. It's not clear. Okay. I'll give you another chance to take screenshot. Don't worry. Okay. So now, how to change verb from active voice to passive voice? If your active voice is in simple present tense, as you all know, present tense, past tense, future tense is of 4 types. We will study rules for simple tense, continuous tense, and perfect tense. Are we clear with this? Yes. If your active voice is in simple present tense, then how to convert in passive voice? Usually in simple present tense, we use verb 1. You know there are 3 forms of verb. Example, throw, threw, thrown, jump, jumped, jumped, throw, threw, thrown. So there are 3 forms of verb which we say verb 1, verb 2 and verb 3. Are we clear with this? Verb 1, verb 2 and verb 3. So there are 3 forms of verb. Example, throw, threw, thrown. In simple present tense, we use verb 1. So, if your active voice is in simple present tense, which means it will be using verb 1. So, in your passive voice, you will use what? You will use is or are or am depending upon the subject plus verb 3. You will use third form of verb. You will use third form of verb. Example, madam. Example, if your active voice, A stands for active voice, P stands for passive voice. Example, Ram throws the ball. Ram throws the ball. Ram throws the ball. Here, verb is throws. This is verb 1. Throws is your verb 1, which is your simple present tense. Throws, listen very carefully. Ram throws the ball. Throws is in verb 1, which is simple present tense. So, how you will convert into passive voice? When you will convert this in passive voice, you will add is or am or are. So basically here we are talking about the ball. It is singular, so we will use is. If this is plural, we will use are. If we are using I, then we will use am. Is or am or are. So here we will use is, the ball is. And you will use third form of verb, that is throw, threw, thrown. Throw, threw, thrown. So you will use thrown. Thrown, third form of verb. The ball is thrown, you will add by Ram. The ball is thrown by Ram, and you already know that Ram throws the ball. Ram throws the ball. In active voice, subject is Ram. So in passive voice, Ram will become the object, and in active voice, the ball is the object. So in passive voice, the ball will become the subject. Are we clear with this? Yes, you have to concentrate. You have to concentrate and understand. Madam, what, madam? Please understand that if you're converting active voice to passive voice, and if active voice is in simple present tense, that means there will be only verb 1. So how you have to convert that? You have to use is mr plus verb 3. Example, Ram throws the ball. The ball is thrown by Ram. The ball is thrown by Ram. You have to add is rm plus verb 3. Are we clear with this? Yes, yes. Ma'am, will they ask us to identify whether it is active or passive? No, 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 no. They will simply ask you to convert. If it is in active, you have to convert into passive. If it is in passive, then you have to convert it into active. They will ask you simply to convert active to passive and passive to active. Yes, yes. Ma'am, could you please give us another example for this case? Example, I teach BCR. I teach BCR. This is simple present tense. So first thing, how to convert this into passive voice? First thing, your object will become subject and subject will become object. So here it will become BCR. BCR. Now teach is your verb 1. So you will make it is MR. So is M or R. Example, here we will take is, BCR is. And what is the third form of teach? Teach, taught. So here BCR is taught by me. BCR is taught by me. This is another example. BCR is taught by me. So what you have to take care when you're converting active to passive, then you have to see first you have to change the subject and object. Are we clear with this? I teach BCR. So here I is the subject, BCR is the object. You have to change that. BCR will become subject and me will become object, right? And how to change verb? Here verb is teach. So it will become is taught. It will become is taught. BCR is taught by me. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. Yes, madam, clear. Yes, madam, clear. Now, next, if your active voice is in present continuous tense, madam, if your active voice is in present continuous tense, then it will be is MR plus verb 1 plus ing. In present continuous tense, we always add verb 1 plus ing. So how to convert it into passive? There is a shortcut rule. The rule is you have to use is MR plus being. You have to add being. Is MR plus being plus third form of verb. Always we use third form of word in passive voice. Example, madam. Example, in active voice, if we say Ram is throwing the ball. Ram is verb 1 plus ing. That is throwing. Throwing. Ram is throwing the ball. Ram is throwing the ball. So how to convert this into passive voice? You have to first change the subject and object. That is, the ball will become the subject and Ram will become the object. And how to change the verb? You have to use is MR plus being plus third form of verb. Example, the ball is being. The ball is being. You have to add being. The ball is being. Then third form of verb, thrown. The ball is being thrown by Ram. Are we clear with this? So here, how you have to convert? If your active voice is in present continuous tense, that is MR plus verb 1 plus ing, then you have to convert. How? You have to use is MR plus being plus verb 3. Example, Ram is throwing the ball. The ball is being thrown by Ram. The ball is being thrown by Ram. Please understand, you don't have to use ing. You have to use third form of verb. You have to use third form of verb in passive voice. The ball is being thrown by Ram. Are we clear with this? Yes, ma'am. Third case is your present perfect tense. If your active voice is in present perfect tense, that means it must be using has or have plus verb 3. In your present perfect tense, you are using has or have plus verb 3. Example, madam, Ram has thrown the ball. Here we use has or have For singular, we use has. For plural, we use have. I, you, we, they, we use have. He, she, it, we use has. So you have to use has or have plus verb 3. So if the sentence is Ram has thrown, verb 3 is your thrown the ball. How to convert this into passive voice? Again, you have to use has or have. Just you have to add been. Make sure to add been. Make sure to add been. Then verb 3, same. Then object. So here it will be like the ball has been. You have to add the word been. The ball has been thrown by Ram. Simply here you have to change the subject and object, and if it is has thrown, you have to make it has been thrown. Are we clear with this? The ball has been thrown by Ram. Now, ma'am, please take care of one thing, that whether we will use has or have depends on the subject. Depends on the subject. Are we clear with this? Yes, yes, Yashir. Been. Okay, so now please understand that in passive voice, if you're converting present continuous tense into passive voice, you have to add being. You have to add being. And if you're converting present perfect tense into passive voice, then you have to add been. Been. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. Ekdam crystal clear. Ekdam crystal clear. Here we are studying how to convert verb. How to convert verb from active voice to passive voice. Now, coming again to the past tense. Talking about the past tense, first is your simple past tense. First is your simple past tense. In your simple past tense, normally in active voice, we use second form of verb. That is throw, threw, thrown. Throw, threw, thrown. So, your second form of verb is your threw. Example, Ram threw the ball. Ram threw the ball. So here Ram is your subject, threw is your verb, and the ball is your object. So if your active voice is in simple past tense, example, Ram threw the ball. How to convert this into passive voice? Verb you have to use was or were plus verb 3 plus verb 3. So here it will become the ball. First you have to convert, you have to shuffle the object and subject. So here the ball, then you have to use was or were. Now since the ball is singular, so we will use was. The ball was. Then we will use verb 3, that is thrown by Ram. The ball was thrown by Ram. So please understand, if your subject is Ram threw the ball, it will become the ball was thrown, was, because it is in past tense now. Threw is verb 2 now. Past tense, it is simple past. So we will use was were plus verb 3 plus object. Are we clear with this? Example, Ram threw the ball. So it will become the ball was thrown by Ram. The ball was thrown by Ram. I hope it is crystal clear to all of you. Yes. Yes, madam. Are you understanding? My dear, my dear, my dear. Oh, my dear, madam and sir. Are you understanding? Yes. Yes, Silpa is saying yes. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Yes. Yes, everyone. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, great. So moving forward, if your active voice is in past continuous tense, which means it is using was or were plus verb 1 plus ing. Was, were plus verb 1 plus ing. Example, Ram was throwing the ball. Ram was throwing. It is past continuous. It is past continuous. Ram was throwing the ball. So how to convert this into passive voice? You have to use was, were plus being. Again, if you're converting continuous tense now, then you have to use being. Was, were plus being plus third form of verb. Plus third form of verb. Third form of verb. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. So how to convert this? If your sentence is Ram was throwing the ball, so you will say the ball was being thrown by Ram. The ball was being thrown by Ram. Are we crystal clear with this? Yes, madam, ekdam crystal clear. So if your active voice is in past continuous tense, that is was, were plus verb 1 plus ing, then you will convert it was, were plus being plus verb 3. So it will become the ball was being thrown by Ram. So here this is your technique to convert active into passive. Third is your past perfect. If your active voice is in past perfect, that is it must be using had plus verb 3. Had plus verb 3. So if your active voice has had plus verb 3, which means it is in past perfect tense. So how you will convert it into passive voice? You will use had plus been. Been. Make sure when you're converting perfect now, when you're converting perfect tense now, you have to add been. You have to add been in passive voice. So it will become had plus been plus verb 3. It will become had plus been plus verb 3. Example, Ram had thrown the ball. This is your past perfect. How past, madam? Had. Had is your past tense, right? And thrown is your verb 3. So this is your past perfect tense. How to convert this? You have to first shuffle the subject and object. That is, you will say the ball. The ball. Then again you will say had been plus verb 3. You will use the ball had been. Then you will use third form of verb, that is thrown by Ram. The ball had been thrown by Ram. Are we clear with this? Are we clear with this? So if your active voice is Ram had thrown the ball, then your passive voice will be the ball had been thrown by Ram. The ball had been thrown by Ram. Are we clear with this? We are done with present tense and past tense. Future tense is very easy. Future tense. Now, in future tense, if your active voice is in simple future tense, it will be using will or shall plus verb 1. Will or shall plus verb 1. Mostly with I or we use shall, and with he, she, it, you, they, we use will. But along with I and we also sometimes we use will. So basically you have to use will or shall plus verb 1 in active voice. Now if you want to convert simple future tense in passive voice, then you will use will or shall, same to same. Just you have to add be, and verb 1 will be converted into verb 3. That is, first form of verb will become third form of verb. Example, throw, threw, thrown. So throw will become thrown. Throw, threw, thrown. So it will be, yes, it will be the ball will be thrown by Ram. Example, if your active voice is Ram will throw the ball. Ram is your subject. Then we will use will or shall. Will. Ram will. Then we will use verb 1. Throw the ball. Ram will throw the ball. Ram will throw the ball. So it will become, first you will shuffle Ram and the ball. You will shuffle subject and object. So now you will say the ball. Then will. One thing which you will add is be. Be. You will add be word, and then you will write third form of verb, that is throw, threw, thrown. The ball will be thrown by Ram. The ball will be thrown by Ram. The ball will be thrown by Ram. Yes, shame to shame. Yes. 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 Shame to shame. So Ram will throw the ball. The ball will be thrown by Ram. Next is your future continuous tense. In future continuous tense, if your active voice is will or shall plus be plus verb 1 plus ing, then how to convert this into passive voice? You know, the passive voice of this particular simple future tense and future continuous tense will be same. Here also we will use will or shall plus be plus third form of verb. So here, if your active voice is Ram will be throwing the ball. Ram will be throwing the ball. So your passive voice will be the ball will be thrown by Ram. The ball will be thrown by Ram. So here it will be same to same. Your object will become subject and subject will become object. And here verb 1 plus ing will become third form of verb. Verb 1 plus ing will become third form of verb. Throwing will become thrown. Are we clear with this? Verb 1 plus ing will become third form of verb. So here, if your active voice is Ram will be throwing the ball, so it will become the ball will be thrown by Ram. Are we clear with this? Are we clear with this? मैम इसका पैसिव वॉइस क्या होगा? द बिल्डर इज बिल्डिंग द फ्लैट. ओके, सो फर्स्ट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द टेंस. व्हाट इज द टेंस? Builder is shows present tense, done for the day. No, not done for the day. Yes, is building. Tell me the tense. What is the tense? Is building. Is plus verb 1 plus ing. Which tense is this? Which tense is this? Tell me the tense. Tell me the tense. You yourself will tell me the answer. The builder is building the flat. Here in this case, if you say the builder is building the flat, tell me the subject. Yes, we are talking about the builder. So here the builder is the subject. What is the object? Builder is building the flat. So the flat is your object and is building is your verb. Are we clear with this? The builder is your subject, is building is your verb, and the flat is your object. Now, madam, please understand the tense. What is the tense? It is, Arjun is saying simple present tense. How simple present tense? We are using ing na. Is plus ing. This is present continuous tense na. My dear, this is present continuous tense na. Oh my dear, how come this is simple present? This is present continuous tense na. We are using is plus ing. See here, present continuous tense. We use is mr plus verb 1 plus ing. So first what you have to do, you have to convert the subject and object. So here the flat will become the subject and the builder will become the object. Now how you will change the verb? How? Is building will become what? So if you will see the memory technique, it will become is mr plus being plus third form of verb. So you will write here the flat is being, third form of verb. Build, built, built. You will use third form of word. So it will become built, third form of verb. Third form of word. The flat is being built by, now object the builder. Are we clear with this? Yes, whose question was this? Arjun. Arjun, is this clear? Yes, the builder is building the flat. The flat is being built by the builder. The flat is being built by the builder. Bob the builder. Yes, everyone clear? Yes, Yashir has given correct answer in the chat box. The flat is being built by the builder. Very good. Great. So you are understanding. We are left with the last one, future perfect tense. So in the future perfect tense, if your future perfect tense is will or shall plus has or have plus verb 3. So how you will convert this into passive voice? You will use will or shall plus you will use have plus you will use been plus verb 3. Will or shall plus have plus been plus verb 3. Example, Ram will have thrown the ball. This is your future perfect tense. Ram will have thrown the ball. Ram will have thrown the ball. This is your future perfect tense. How you will convert this into passive voice? It will become the ball will have been. You just have to add been. Will have been, then verb 3, third form of verb, thrown by Ram. So basically it will be mostly same. So basically if it is will or shall plus has will or shall plus have plus verb 3, you simply have to add been. It will become will or shall plus have plus been plus verb 3, and you have to shuffle the subject and the object. Example, Ram will have thrown the ball. So it will become the ball will have been thrown by Ram. The ball will have been thrown by Ram. I hope this is clear to all of you. I hope this how to change verb is clear to all of you. How to change verb. Now from active to passive and passive to active. Similarly, if your passive is containing is MR plus verb 3, so you have to understand that this is simple present, so you have to use verb 1 in active voice. So you have to apply it vice versa for converting passive to active. Are we clear with this? Yes. Now you can take the screenshot. I just off my camera. So you can take the screenshot of this one, simple and continuous, and then I will scroll down. First, take the screenshot of this one. Take the screenshot of this one, simple and continuous one. Yes. Simple and continuous one done. Done. Done screenshot. Yes, madam. Oh, madam. Oh, sir. I hope it must be done. Next is your perfect. So you can take screenshot of this perfect one as well. You can take screenshot of this perfect one. Yes. Done? Yes, madam. Done. Okay. Moving forward. So with this, we are done with two rules of converting active to passive and passive to active. First one is you have to shuffle the subject and the object. Second one is you have to change the verb. How to change the verb, that we have just studied. Fourth one is you have to add the word by in passive voice, which we have already studied. In every passive voice, we use the word by. We use this particular word by. Example in this case, Ram is throwing the ball. The ball is being thrown by Ram. So we have added the word by now. Yes, in every sentence, in every passive voice, we add the word by. Yes, in every passive voice, we add the word by. Example, Ram throws the ball. The ball is thrown by Ram. So here we have added by. Ma'am, you are lagging. Really? Don't say that. I guess my internet is working fine. Is it lagging to everyone? Is it lagging to everyone? Yes. Yes. Nahi, ab theek hai, great. So basically we add the word by in your passive voice. Example, Ram threw the ball. The ball was thrown by Ram. I guess you must be bored by this Ram and ball example. Yes. Example, someone broke the pot. The pot was broken by someone. So as you can see, in every passive voice, we add this particular word, which is your by. By. Are we clear with this? Yes. So we are done with 3 rules. Now the next rule is you have to change some pronouns. You have to change some pronoun when you're converting active to passive voice. Example, I has to be changed with me. She has to be changed with her. He has to be changed with him. You will be you only. It will be it only. We will become us and they will become them. How, madam? Example. How, madam? Example. If in active voice your sentence is I like TV programs. If in active voice your sentence is I like TV programs. So in passive voice it will become TV programs are liked by me. Here you will not use I. TV programs are liked by I. No, I is not correct. TV programs are liked by me. TV programs are liked by me. So here, when you're converting active voice to passive voice, you have to change certain pronouns. Example, I will become me. She will become her. She like TV programs. TV programs are liked by her. He likes TV program. TV programs are liked by him. You like TV programs. TV programs are liked by you. You will remain you only. Are we clear with this? Yes. It तो हो नहीं सकता वैसे. This sentence is grammatically not correct. We like TV program. TV programs are liked by we. No. TV programs are liked by us. They like TV programs. TV programs are liked by them. Are we clear with this? Yes. So all these pronouns have to be changed if you are converting from active voice to passive voice. I will become me. She will become her. he will become him, you will become you only, it will be it only, we will become us, and they will become them. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. Now one thing please understand, that here TV programs is plural, I is singular, I is singular, TV programs is plural. So please understand, I like TV program. So here I is the subject, like is the verb, and TV programs is the object. So first thing, we will shuffle the subject and object. So it will become TV programs. TV programs will become subject. Now ma'am, here you will use is, am or are, depends on your subject. Your subject is plural. Your subject is plural. Your subject is TV programs. Programs. S, madam, S. TV programs. Plural na, plural. So we will use are. TV programs are liked by me. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. Yes, ekdam crystal clear. Understood. How we changed the verb? Please see, like is your simple present tense. Like is your simple present tense. So how we convert simple present tense, I taught you now. If it is your simple present tense, how to convert it into passive voice? You have to use is, am, are plus third form of verb. So here what we did, we used are, then we use third form of verb, like, liked, liked, like, liked, liked. So TV programs are liked, then we added by, we have to add by in every passive voice. TV programs are liked by me, are liked by me. I hope this particular change of pronoun is crystal clear to you. You can take the screenshot, you can take the screenshot. TV programs are liked by you. You can take the screenshot. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam, crystal clear. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. We are done with 4 rules. Now we will see how to convert interrogative sentences into passive voice. Interrogative means question sentences. Interrogative means question sentences. How to convert question sentences, interrogative sentences into passive voice. Here are certain shortcut tips which will help you to convert interrogative sentence from active voice to passive voice or vice versa. So, if your question starts with do, does, or did, what is the shortcut rule, madam? If your question starts with do, does, or did, then in order to convert it into passive voice, you have to replace it with is, or am, or are, or was, or were. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. Example, if your sentence structure is like this in active voice, if your sentence structure is do, does, did, plus subject, plus verb, plus object, then how you have to convert it into passive voice? You have to replace do, or does, or did with is, or am, or are, or was, or were, plus subject, plus verb 3, plus by, plus object. Madam, everything will be shame to shame. Everything will be shame to shame. Your verb will be converted into third form of verb, because in passive voice, we always use third form of verb. Are we clear with this? Yes. So your verb will be converted into third form of verb. Baki to we just shuffle the subject and object, which is same. By is also same. The only difference is your do, does, did will be converted to is, am, are, was, were. भाई ये तो मैथ्स का फॉर्मूला लग रहा है. हाँ, grammar is grammar, English is English, grammar is just like maths. Yes, if you understand, you understand. Great. Yes. So here do, does, did will be replaced with is, am, are, was, were, and then it will be same subject, verb 3, object. Don't worry, Yasir. With the help of example, now it will become easy. It will become easy when you do the example. Example. If your active voice is, do you like coffee? Yes. Do you like coffee? Do you like coffee? Do you like coffee? If your active voice is, do you like coffee? How to convert it into passive voice? First, you have to convert do into is, or am, or are, or was, or were. So first you have to see whether this is present tense or past tense. If it is in present tense, then you will use is, am, are. If it is in past tense, you will use was or were. So if this sentence is in present tense, then you will use is, am, or are. Now, depending upon the subject, you will choose whether to use is, am, or are. So here, do you like coffee? So for the time being, just ignore do. For the time being, just forget do. Forget, ignore. If you simply say you like coffee, you like coffee. For the time being, please ignore do. Right? You like coffee. So here, you is your subject. Are we clear with this? Coffee is your object. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. So for the timing, ignore do. Do you like coffee? You is your subject. Coffee is your object. Now, madam, if you will convert it into passive voice, subject and object will shuffle. Subject and object will shuffle. So coffee will become subject and you will become object. Are we clear with this? Ekdam crystal clear. Coffee will become subject and you will become object. Ha, madam, crystal clear. Now, madam, your subject is coffee and it is in present tense. The verb is in present tense. So you will use is. You have to decide whether to use is, am, are, was, or were. Since it's in present tense and it is the third form, so we will use is. So is and then coffee. Then we will use third form of verb. So like, liked, liked, like, liked, liked, liked. So we will convert like into third form of verb, that is liked. Then we will use by and then we will use object. So it will become is coffee liked by you? Do you like coffee? Is coffee liked by you? Do you like coffee? Is coffee liked by you? Are we clear with this? Are we clear with this, everyone? So this is how you have to convert interrogative sentences into passive voice. Let's take one more example. Does he sing a song? Does he sing a song? So you have to convert does into is, am, are, or was, or were. So first you have to identify the tense. Identify the tense. Sing is in present tense. Yes, it is in present tense. So you have to use is or am or are. Now, depending upon the subject will be the song. So you will use along with the song is. So does will become is. Then he sing a song. Here in he sing a song, he is the subject, sing is the verb, a song is the object. So my dear, song will become object will become subject, verb will change to verb 3, and here he subject in active voice will become object in passive voice. Please understand, a song will come here. A song, let's make it the song. Yes, the song will come here. The song, and sing is verb 1. It will become verb 3. It will become third form of verb, that is sing, sang, sung. Sing, sang, sung. Sing, sang, sung. So it will become sung. It will become third form of verb. Then you will add by. Then we remember we studied, we have to change the pronoun. I will become me. He will become him. So here he will be converted to him. Are we clear with this? See here, we shuffled the subject and the object. So here it will become, is the song sung by him? Does he sing the song? Is the song sung by him? One more example. Did he sing a song? Did he sing a song? Here did is in past tense. My dear, do and does is in present tense. My dear, do and does is in present tense. However, did is past tense. Did he sing a song? Let's make it the song. Did he sing the song? Did he sing the song? So since it is in past tense, so we will use was or were. Are we clear with this? Now, he sing the song. Here, he is the subject, sing is the verb, the song is the object. In passive voice, you will shuffle subject and the object. So the song will become the subject, verb will change to third form of verb, and subject will become object. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. So here, since did shows that it is in past tense, it will become was the song. Sing will become third form of verb, that is sung. Was the song sung? Then you will add by. Then he will become him. Was the song sung by him? Are we clear with this? Was the song sung by him? So if active voice is did he sing the song, it will become was the song sung by him. Was the song sung by him? Are we clear with this? Yes. So, ma'am, what is the shortcut which we have to take care while framing active voice into passive voice? What shortcut we have to take care? You just memorize the shortcut. The shortcut is, if in question in active voice there is do, does, did, so it will become is or am or are or was or were. Then simply you have to shuffle subject and object, and simply you have to change verb 1 to verb 3 and you have to add by. That's it. So do, does, did plus subject, verb, object will become is, them, are, was, were plus subject plus third form of verb plus by plus object plus y plus object. ठीक है. Zale is saying, ma'am, break please. Xyle. No break, no break. Yes, it's been only 1 hour. Yes, in our face-to-face class, we have 2.5-hour lecture. After that, we take break. Yes. Now to your exams. Now, since your exams are closed, you must be having the habit to study for 2-3 hours straight. Yes, Xyle, what's your name? I think I'm mispronouncing your name. Zale. Yes. Okay. So with this, we are done with do, does, did. How to change active to passive voice if your sentence is do, does, did. I have made some khichdi here, but still you can take the screenshot of this. You can take the screenshot. Yes. Done with the screenshot. Okay, let's move forward. Now, madam and sir, next is if your question starts with has or have or had. If your question starts with has, have or had, how to convert it into passive voice? Ma'am, class till when? जब तक है जान, जब तक है जान, जब तक है जान. Yes. Okay, so now if you want to convert active voice to passive voice, if you want to convert active voice to passive voice, and in your active voice the question starts with has, have, had, how to convert it into passive voice? You have to copy the same has, have, had. Madam, has, have, had is used in both active and passive voice. Yes, has, have, had, these 3 words has, have, had, we use in both active voice as well as in passive voice. So here, if your active voice is has, have, had plus subject plus verb 3 plus object, then your passive voice will become has, have, had, same ditto, shame to shame. Then you have to shuffle the subject and object. Just you have to add been. Ma'am, we have to keep all this formula in our mind. Yes, just like you keep all the maths formula in your mind, similarly all these formulas of active voice and passive voice you have to keep in your mind. So if your active voice is has, have, had plus subject plus verb 3 plus object, then your passive voice will become has, have, had plus subject plus you have to add been here. You have to add been. Then you have to add verb 3 plus object. Madam, example, if your active voice is has he sung the song, has he sung the song. So first you have to copy has as it is. You have to copy has. You have to copy has as it is. Has. Now he is the subject. The song is the object. You have to shuffle subject and object. The song object will become subject and subject will become object. So here it will become, has the song been? You have to add here been. You have to add here been. Has the song been? Then you have to add verb 3, by, sung by him, object. So has the song sung by him? You have to be very clear. It's very easy. If your active voice is has, have, had plus subject plus verb 3 plus object, what you have to do in order to convert it into passive voice, you simply have to write has, have, had plus subject plus been plus verb 3 plus object. Are we clear with this? Has, have, had plus subject plus been plus verb 3 plus object. That's it. That's it. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. So here you have to add been. You have to add been in the passive voice. Now, madam, next case, if your question starts with will, shall, can, or may, then again you have to copy these 4 words as it is. If your sentence starts with the word, will or shall or can or may, then you have to copy these words as it is. Example, if your active voice is will or shall or can or may plus subject, verb, object, then how you have to convert it into passive voice? In passive voice, you have to use will, shall, can, may as it is, shame to shame, copy paste, will, shall, can, may plus subject plus you have to use be plus verb 3, you have to use third form of verb plus by plus object. Are we clear with this? Will, shall, can, may plus subject plus be plus verb 3 plus by plus object. Yes? Everyone crystal clear? Everyone crystal clear? Let me know in the chat box. Yes. All clear, my dear. Yes. Okay. So if it is will, shall, can, may plus subject, verb, object, it will become will, shall, can, may plus subject plus be. You have to add be. Please remember that if in your question, your question has, have or had, then you have to add been. However, if your question has will, shall, can, may, then you have to add be. Will, shall, can, may plus subject plus be plus verb 3 plus by plus object. Madam, example, if your active voice is will he sing the song, will he sing the song, then passive voice will become will the song be sung by him. It will become will the song be sung by him. Are we clear with this? So if your active voice is will he sing the song, it in passive voice it will become will the song be sung by him. Please notice here we have copied will as it is. So will, shall, can, may, you have to copy as it is. So will be copied as it is. Now he is the subject, sing, and the song is the object. So we will shuffle the subject and the object. The song will become the subject and he will become the object. Now you have to add be, then you have to write verb 3, that is third form of verb. So sing will become sung, third form of verb. Sing will become sung. Then you have to add by. Are we clear with this? Are we understanding all the rules? Yes. Will he sing the song? Will the song be sung by him? One more example. May he sing the song? May he sing the song? So how to convert here? May you have to copy as it is. May you have to copy as it is. He is your subject. Sing is your verb. The song is your object. So object will become subject and subject will become object. And you have to add be, then verb 3, then by. So may he sing the song. It will become may the song be. Be is very important. May the song be sung by him. Are we clear with this? So just remember this formula. With this formula, you would be able to convert any passive voice to active voice. Are we clear with this? Just remember this formula. The formula is not that bee, Prashad. Prashad is saying bee, honey bee. Okay, so will, shall, can, may plus subject plus be plus verb 3 plus by plus object. So if your sentence is may he sing the song, so it will become may the song be sung by him. Are we clear with this? Yes. Last interrogative sentence after that, second last interrogative sentence. If your question or your active voice has WH word, WH means WH question, when, why, where, how, when, what, all these are WH question mark now. WH word, WH, when, why, where, how, what. So if your question starts with WH word, that is when, why, where, how, and what, then how to convert this into passive voice? So you have to remember this shortcut. Through this shortcut, you can convert any WH question active voice into passive voice. Example, in your active voice, if the formula is WH word plus auxiliary verb. Auxiliary means helping verb. Here, helping verb will be either do or did or does. And after that, there will be subject, verb, object. So how to convert this into passive voice? If you want to convert this into passive voice, then you have to copy the WH word as it is. You have to copy the WH word as it is. And here, do, does, did, which is helping verb, will be converted into is, am, are, or was, or were. Please understand, in active voice, if along with WH word, the helping verb is do, does, did, then in passive voice, along with WH word, helping verb will become is, am, are, or was, or were. Is, or am, or are, or was, or were. Is, am, are, was, were. After that, you will shuffle the subject and the object, and then you will use third form of verb, that is verb 3. Then you will add the word by. So this is your shortcut. Through this shortcut, you can easily convert active voice into passive voice and passive voice into active voice. Yes, just for fun. Good sense of humor. Okay, so let's take an example. If your active voice is, why does he sing the song? Why does he sing the song? So along with why, the helping verb is does. Along with why, the helping verb is does. Are we clear with this? Why does he sing the song? So please understand, here we are using why, does, then normal subject, verb, object, he sing the song. Are we clear with this? Now how to convert this into passive voice? First, you have to copy paste why as it is, and does will be converted to is, am, are, or was, were. And here we converted it into is. Why, madam? Because it is in present tense. Do and does is your present tense, and did is your past tense. So since this is present tense, does is your present tense, so we will use is, am, are depending upon the subject. Now since the subject is the song, so we will use is. So why is. Now next, this is your subject, he is your subject, sing the song is your object. So object will become subject and subject will become object. So here subject will become the song. Then verb is sing. Verb will be converted to third form of verb, that is sung. Then we will add by. Example, why is the song sung by him? So why does he sing the song? Why is, does will become is. Why is the song sung by him? One more example, when, again WH word, right? When did he sing the song? When did he sing the song? When did he sing the song? So here it will become when. Please understand that did is the past tense. Did is in past tense. Did is in past tense. So we will use was or were depending upon the subject. If the subject is singular, then we will use was. If the subject is plural, then we will use were. So here the subject is the song and the song is singular, so we will use was. Are we clear with this? So when did will become when was. When did he sing the song? When was the song, then third form of verb sung by him. So please understand, when did he sing the song? When did he sing the song? It will become, when was the song sung by him? Are we clear with this? Yes, are we clear with this? When was the song sung by him? One more example. Where, along with where, we are using does. We are using does. Does is in present tense. So we will use is, mr depending upon the subject. So if your active voice is, where does he sing the song? Where does he sing the song? So where does will become where is. Where is. Why? Because does is present tense and our subject is the song. Song is singular. So we will use is and not are. Are we clear with this? So where does will become where is. And he sing the song will become the song sung by him. So where does he sing the song? Where is the song sung by him? Where does he sing the song? Where is the song sung by him? Next is, if in your active voice, if the sentence is, how did he sing the song? How did he sing the song? It will become, how was the song sung by him? How did he sing the song? How was the song sung by him? So if your helping verb is did, how did? So did is shows past tense, so it will become was or were depending upon the subject. So how we will copy as it is? How we will copy as it is? Did will become was, and he sang the song will become the song sung by him. The song sung by him. So how did he sing the song? How was the song sung by him? Are we clear with this? Yes. Are we clear with this? Yes. So basically what you have to take care, I'm just revising overall how to convert the interrogative sentences. If there is a wh word, right, in active voice, then along with wh word they must be using do, does, did. So what you have to do in order to convert, main thing, you have to copy the wh word as it is, and then you have to convert do, does, did into is, mr, was, were. Then verb 3 to you already know. If you are active voice is using will, shall, can, may, then you have to copy this as it is, will, shall, can, may. Then and you have to add be. After subject you have to add be plus verb 3, right? If your question has, have, had, right, then you have to copy that has, have, had as it is, and you have to add been. Been is important, you have to add been. If your active voice contains do, does, did, if it starts with do, does, did, then you have to convert it into is, them, are, was, were, and then simple verb 3. Are we clear with this? So basically what I'm putting in box now, like this one, is your formula. If you just remember the formula now, this, the one I have put in red box, this is your formula. If you remember this formula, with this you will never make mistake in converting interrogative sentences from active to passive or vice versa. Like this is your formula. Again, this is your formula. This is your formula, right? And this is your formula. This is your formula. Okay. And then this is your formula. All these are your formula. The one which I'm putting in the red box. All this is formula. Last WH interrogative sentence is there. Who changes to by whom, and whom changes to who. If in your interrogative sentence you are using who or whom, your sentence starts with who or whom. If your sentence starts with who or whom, then who will become by whom and whom will become who. Example, if your active voice is who sing the song, who sing the song. If your active voice is who sing the song, then in passive voice it will become by whom is the song sung. In your passive voice it will become by whom is the song sung. So if your active voice is who, if you're using the word who in active voice, who sing the song, then in passive voice it will become by whom. Who will become by whom? Please understand, who will become by whom. If in active voice you are using who, then in passive voice it will become by whom. Who sing the song, by whom is the song sung. Next, if in active voice you are using whom, then it will become who in passive voice. If in active voice you are using whom, then it will become who in your passive voice. Example, if in your active voice you are saying Whom did you greet at the party? Whom did you greet at the party? Then in passive voice, it will become who were greeted by you at the party. Who were greeted by you at the party. So all these are the rules to convert your active voice to passive voice when your sentence is interrogative sentence. When your sentence is interrogative sentence. Are we clear till now? Are we clear? Are we clear? Yes, crystal clear. Are we clear till now? Any doubt? Are we clear till now? Any doubt? Are we clear till now? Yes. Are we clear till now? Yes, yes, yes. We are left with only few, yeah. Great, great, great. All clear. Okay. So next you have to understand how to convert imperative sentences into passive voice. How to convert imperative sentences into passive voice. Example. What do you mean by imperative sentence? When you are requesting someone. Example, I am requesting you, please help me. Please help me to lift this bottle. Please help me to lift this bottle. If I'm making any request, if I'm advising you something, if I'm advising you, you should have an apple every day, right? If I'm advising you, if I'm ordering you something, study properly, do your homework on time. If I'm ordering you something, if I'm giving you any instruction, okay, put the milk in the kettle, put milk in the kettle. So if I'm instructing you something, if then that is known as imperative sentences, where you are ordering something, instructing something, advising something, or requesting something. Hold the bottle. Okay, fine, please hold this bottle. Okay, please hold this bottle. So if you're requesting something, you are advising something, you are ordering something, or you are instructing something, that kind of sentences are known as imperative sentences. If you're requesting, advising, ordering, instructing, then that kind of sentences are known as imperative sentence. Example, if you are giving any command or order, if I'm giving any ordered, if I'm giving any order. Example, I am giving you order, close the door. What I'm giving you order? I'm giving you order. Yes, sir, close the door. I'm giving you order, close the door. So how to convert this when you are giving some order now? Close the door. I'm giving command or I'm giving order. So how to convert this into passive voice? You have to either use let or you have to use order to. It's up to you. You can use any of this, or in your exam you can write both also if you want. You can use let or you can use ordered to. Example, let the door be closed. What, how you can convert it into passive voice? If your active voice is close the door, how you can convert it into passive voice? There are two options, there are two ways. Either you can say let the door be closed. You can use here let. What, madam? What? Fir say? You can use the word let. You can use the word let. Let the door be closed. Or on the other hand, you can use ordered to. You are ordered to close the door. Here you have to use ordered to. You can use ordered to. Oh madam, ordered to. Ordered to. You are ordered to close the door. Ekdam crystal clear, madam. If it is an imperative sentence, you are giving any command or order, then in order to convert that command or order in passive voice, you have two options. Either you can use let or you can use order to. If you are using let, then it will become close the door, will become let the door be closed, and or it will become you are ordered to close the door. Another example, bring the culprits. Bring the culprits. This is an order. Yes. Either you can use let. Let the culprits be brought in. Let the culprits. Acha, please remember, huh? Here this will become third form of verb. Close, closed, closed. Here close will become closed. Bring will become brought in. Bring will become brought in. Brought in. Bring, brought, brought. Bring, brought, brought. You have to use third form of verb. Let, bring, bring in the culprits. Let's say here you are saying bring in the culprits. Bring in the culprits. Let the culprits be brought in. Acha, along with let you have to also use be, huh? Please remember, along with let you also have to use be. Let and be. bring the culprits, let the culprits be brought in, and then this will become your third form of verb. Let the culprits be brought in, or you can say you are ordered to bring in the culprits. Are we clear with this? Bring in the culprits. You are ordered to bring in the culprit. That's it. Simple, seedha, very easy. Next, if you're giving any request, very easy. Simply you have to use the word requested to. Everything will be shame to shame. So if your active voice is, please bring me some tea. If your active voice is, please bring me some tea. If your active voice is, please bring me some tea, then your passive voice will be, you are requested to bring me some tea. Now you will say, madam, how we will understand that sentence is requesting? Are madam, please is there now, please. When you say please to someone, when you're requesting, of course, that time now, please bring me some tea. It is very obvious that you are saying please, that you are making a request, you are requesting. So here, if you want to convert this particular sentence into passive voice, please bring me some tea. So how you will convert? You will say, you are requested to. You are requested to. You will use this word requested to. You are requested to bring me some tea. You are requested to, then you have to copy this, bring me some tea. Next, if you are advising something, example, if you are advising something, let's say, do not drink and drive. Are you understanding? Yes, if I'm advising to you all, do not drink and drive. I am advising you should not drink and drive. I am advising you something. Do not drink and drive. So here you can add the word advised to. Example, you are advised not to drink and drive. Please remember, do not will become not to. One more thing you have to take care. Do not will become not to. If you are saying do not in active voice, it will become not to in passive voice. So it will become, you are advised not to drink and drive. Example, another example, do your work on time. Here we are advising you, you should do your work on time. We are advising you. So what you can use? You can use you are advised to do your work on time. Then you can copy paste this as it is. You can copy paste this, do your work on time. Simply you can add, you are advised to do your work on time. Are we clear with this? Yes. So when you are making any advice, when you are giving any advice, then you have to use this word advised to. Next, when you're giving any instructions, then you have to use the word instructed to. Example, preheat the oven. Preheat the oven. This is an instruction, right? Preheat the oven. This is an instruction. So how to convert this into passive voice? You have to use instructed to. Example, you are instructed to, then simply copy paste preheat the oven. Nothing, it is making sentence unnecessarily lengthy. So in active voice, you are saying preheat the oven. In passive voice, you have to just add you are instructed to, and then you will copy the sentence as it is, preheat the oven. So we are unnecessarily making the sentence long, or you can say lengthy. So if you are saying in active voice, preheat the oven, then in passive voice, we will say you are instructed to preheat the oven. Are we clear with this? So if it is an instruction, then you have to add the word instructed to. If it is advice, then you have to add the word advised to. If it is a request, then you have to add the word requested to. If it is order, then you have to add the word ordered to or let. I hope all these imperative sentences are crystal clear to you. Last but not the least, if you're making any suggestion, you are suggesting something. Oh, you should wear sari for the function. You are suggesting something. You are giving your opinion. You are giving some suggestion. Then you can use the word should be. You can use the word should be. What, madam? What? If you're giving any suggestion, then for that you can use the word should be. Example, if in active voice you are giving suggestion, respect elder in the family. You are giving your opinion. You are giving your suggestion that you should respect elders in your family. So if you are giving any suggestion that respect elders in your family, how to convert this into passive voice? You have to use should be. How to use should be? Yes. You can use respect elders. Elders in the family. We have to do what? Respect. elders in the family. So you can use elders in the family should be respected. Suggested to will not be correct. Don't use suggested to. You are suggested to. No. Suggested to is not correct. Should be you can use should be. Example, respect. What? Respect what? Respect elders in the family. So respect is your verb, subject is missing here, and elders in the family is your object. So your object will become subject. So it will become elders in the family should be respected. Are we clear with this? When you're giving any suggestion, you can add the word should be. Elders in the family should be respected. Next, one more example, follow your dreams. So here we are giving you suggestion. You should follow your dreams. So your dreams should be followed. Here we are giving you suggestion, follow your dreams. In passive voice, you can use the word should be. Example, your dreams should be followed. Your dreams should be followed. So if you're giving any suggestion, you can use the word should be in passive voice. And at last we are almost done with active voice and passive voice. At last, if you are if you're saying can, could, should, or ought in active voice, then in passive voice it will become can be, could be, should be, ought be. That's it. If in active voice you are using can, then in passive voice it will become can be. If in active voice you are using could, then in passive voice it will become could be. If in active voice you are using should, in passive voice it will become should be. If in active voice you are using ought, then in passive voice it will become ought be. Are we clear with this? So can, could, should, ought will become can be, could be, should be, ought be plus verb 3. Example, madam. Example, the rich should help the poor. It is not held, it is help. The rich should help the poor. The rich should help the poor. The rich should help the poor. So here should will become should be, and help will become third form of verb, that is help, helped, helped, help, helped, helped. So the rich should help the poor. The poor should be, should will become should be. See here, should will become should be, and help will become helped. Help will become helped. Should will become should be. Help will become helped. Verb 1 will become verb 3. Example, the rich should help the poor. The poor should be helped by the rich. Are you understanding? Example, I can do this work. Example, I can do this work. So please understand, here I'm using can and do. Can and do. So here first of all we will shuffle the subject and the object. So now this work is the object, it will become subject, that is this work. Then can, instead of can I will use can be. This work can be. Can will become can be. Can will become can be. And then do will become what? Do will become third form. Do, did, done. Do, did, done. My dear, can will become can be. Do will become done. Do will become done, and then by, and then me. So please understand that if we are saying that I can do this work, then how you will convert it into passive voice? This work can will become can be, can will become can be. This work can be, do will become done, that is third form, do, did, done, done by me. This work can be done by me. I can do this work. This work can be done by me. Are we understanding that if in active voice you are using can, then in passive voice it will become can be. If in active voice you are using could, in passive voice it will become could be. If in active voice you are using should, then in passive voice it will become should be. If in active voice you are using the word ought, in passive voice it will become ought be. Are we clear with this? Yes, everyone crystal clear. Yes, great. So these are few rules about can, could, should, and ought. This is not very important, but I'll just say very quickly that some sentences could not be converted into passive voice. Like some sentences, it is not possible to convert certain kind of sentences into passive voice. Hi Allah, is it, madam? Yes. Which kind of sentences you cannot convert into passive voice? They are sentences which uses intransitive verb. What do you mean by intransitive verb? Intransitive verb means verb which makes sense even without the object. Example, sun rises in the east. Here there is no object. Sun rises in the east. Sun, simply, even if you say sun rises, can you make the passive voice of sun rises? Can you make the passive voice? Rises sun, rised by sun. What? There's no object now. There is no object. The sun rises in the east. Sun, if I say simply the sun rises, can you make passive voice of this sentence? No, because there is no object. There is no object. This sentence makes sense even without the object. There is no object in this sentence, in the active voice. Then how you will make passive voice of this? It is not possible. So if I say your active voices, the sun rises in the east, my dear, this is intransitive verb, which means there is no object in this, and it makes sense even without the object. So it is not possible to convert such kind of sentences into passive voice. It is not possible. So if you see intransitive verb, example, the sun rises. The sun rises. How you can convert this into passive voice? Not possible. So it is not possible to convert this sentence into passive voice. Ma'am, can they ask? I guess till now they have not asked, but you never know. They can give a sentence, sun rises in the east, convert it into passive voice. And you must be thinking, oh, what is the passive voice? What is the passive voice? The correct answer is passive voice is not at all possible. So you have to write passive. This sentence could not be converted into passive voice. Are you understanding? Yes. So if you are using intransitive verb, example, the sun rises in the east, there is no object. So here in this case, your passive voice is not possible. This sentence cannot be converted into passive voice. However, when I talk about transitive verb, that is normal verb. Example, I baked a cake. Here I is the subject, baked is the verb, a cake is the object. If simply I will say I baked, it doesn't make sense until I say a cake. I baked what? I baked a cake. So here object is important. I baked what? I baked a cake. So here this sentence does not make sense without object. So this verb is a transitive verb. And when I say there is a transitive verb, which means there is object, of course. So here this can be converted into passive voice. I baked a cake. A cake was baked by me. I baked a cake. A cake was baked by me. Are we clear with this? So the crux of the sentences is simply, if simply there is intransitive verb, then it is not possible to convert that into passive voice. There's one additional thing. If in a sentence, last point, after that active voice, passive voice will be completed. So the last point, if there are two objects in active voice, then there are two possible passive voice. Hi Allah, yes madam, hanji. Example, if your active voice is, the farmer gave the cows some hays and oats. The farmer gave the cows some hays and oats. My dear friends, the cows is your indirect object, and some hays and oats is your direct object. If you will remember object, here the farmer gave some hays and oats. The farmer gave some hays and oats to the cows. You can say this way also, or you can say the farmer gave the cows some hays and oats. Here there are two objects. Please understand. The farmer is your subject, gave is your verb. The farmer is your subject, gave is your verb. The cow is your indirect object, some hays and oats is your direct object. Here there are two objects. So there are two possible passive voice of this. First passive voice can be made with the cows. Another passive voice can be made with some hays and oats. Example, the cows were given. Why were, madam? Because the cows is in plural. So we will use the cows were given some hays and oats by the farmer. On the other hand, you can make sentence with some hays and oats. That is, some hays and oats were given to the cows by the farmers. This subject will so definitely come at last only, by the farmers. Now what you can say, you can make subject, you can make the cows as a subject, or you can also make some hays and oats as a subject. because in this sentence there are two objects. So here, if in a sentence there are two objects, then you can make two possible passive voice. Example, the cows were given hay and oats by the farmers, or some hay and oats were given to the cows by the farmers. So with this, we are done with active voice and passive voice. Are we clear with all the rules? All these are rules. You just have to keep all this rule in your mind. You just have to keep all these rules in your mind, and trust me, you will never face difficulty in active and passive voice. Always your active voice and passive voice will be correct. You just have to take care of these rules which I taught you. So basically every single rule from your book is incorporated in this notes. So if you refer if you just refer this notes, then your complete active voice passive voice will be done. Are we clear with this? Yes ma'am. Break. How much time break you want? Direct and indirect speech is very less. I'm telling you, hardly 15 minutes will be done with direct and indirect speech. Only direct and indirect speech is left. Only 2 pages. Only 2 pages. See, only 2 pages. Only 2 pages. Why to take a break, 10 minutes break and waste time? In hardly 15 minutes, we will be done with direct and indirect speech. We can do this. Yes, let's complete this. Now only one topic is left, direct and indirect speech. Acha, do you want me to discuss questions in class, or I guess you can do that? So basically, I'm telling you everything from book, each and every rule from your book of active and passive voice we have done in class. What you can do is you can try solving questions on your own. You just try it once. You just go through this. You can watch this lecture again in the 2x speed, in 1.5x or 2x speed. You can watch this lecture again, and you can try solving questions on your own, right? So in the end of the chapter, at the end of the chapter, there are some practical questions from active voice and passive voice. So your question number 4, is conversion from active to passive voice, and your question number 5 is conversion from passive to active voice, right? So you just try doing this on your own. You can cross check it with the suggested answer. First try it on your own. If you face any difficulty, you can text me over Telegram, and you can ask me your doubt. But I guess you must have gained some confidence after watching this lecture, and you can solve active passive voice question. You can convert active to passive voice and passive to active voice. Yes, try solving these questions. Question number 4, this all the question of question number 4 and all the question of question number 5. Try solving this on your own, and if you have any doubt, we can discuss this same. You can text me over Telegram. We can discuss your doubts. So now, last topic, it won't take much time. We are done with active and passive voice and all the rules of active and passive voice. So now very quickly we'll be doing with direct and indirect speech. Direct and indirect speech, right? So in your examination, examiner asks you to convert from direct to indirect speech or indirect to direct speech. Either they will give you direct speech, they will ask you to convert it into indirect speech, or they will give indirect speech and they will ask you to convert it into direct speech. So for that, you have to understand what is direct speech and what is indirect speech. Direct means telling someone else's speech in their words. Indirect means telling someone else's speech in our own words. Example. Yasser said, we want break. Let's say Yasser said, we want break. We want break. Are you understanding? So here, we want break. He said, we want break. I am telling you what he said in his words. I'm not changing the words. He said, we want break. We want break. I'm quoting it as it is. Yasser said, we want break. This is your direct speech. Are we clear with this? Now, what is indirect speech? If I will say it in my words. Example, if I'll say, Yasser said that they wanted break. Yasser said that they wanted break. Here I converted what he said in my words. From my point of view, I will say they. So if I'll convert what he said, and I will tell you that I will speak what he said in my words, from my point of view, that is indirect speech. Are you understanding? Like here I am quoting his words as it is. Yasser said, we want break. This is direct speech. Now if I am converting it from my point of view, in my words, then I will say Yasser said that they wanted break. Yasser said that they wanted break. So here this is known as indirect speech. Are you understanding? Like if I am informing you, if I am informing you what Yasser said in his words, that is direct speech. I'm converting that and I'm telling that in my words, that is indirect speech. Let's take some more example. He said, I am busy tomorrow. Usne kaha, he said, I am busy tomorrow. So he used the word I, and you are quoting what he said as it is. You are quoting what he said as it is. That is direct speech. He said, I am busy tomorrow. So here you are quoting what he said as it is in his own words. I am busy tomorrow is his words only. So this is direct speech. And if you'll convert this in your words, then it will become indirect speech. Example, he said that he was busy the next day. He was busy the next day. He said that he was busy the next day. Are we understanding? Are we understanding? Let's take one more example. Kapil said to me, they will win. Kapil said to me that they will win. So here Kapil is talking to me. Kapil said to me, they will win. So how it will become in a passive, in indirect speech, I will convert it into my words. In my words, here I am quoting indirect speech. I am quoting what Kapil said as it is. Kapil said they will win. Now I am quoting it in my words. So here I will say Kapil said to me that they would win. Example. Let's take more example from the book. Hmm. Ahem. Yes. Very nice example. Dhruti said, I am happy. Now, Dhruti exactly said these three words, not those three words. Dhruti exactly said these three words, I am happy. So, I'm telling Shilpa, I'm telling you exactly what Dhruti said in her words only. So, Dhruti said, I am happy. This is your direct speech. Now, if you will convert this into indirect, I will say what Dhruti said in my words. I will say what Dhruti said in my words. Dhruti said that she was happy. Dhruti said that she was happy. I converted what she said in my words. Are you understanding? So if I'll say Dhruti said, now as it is what she said, I am happy. This is your direct speech. If I say Dhruti said that she was happy, so this is your indirect speech. Now I hope you must have understood till now what is direct speech and what is indirect speech. If you have understood what is direct speech and what is indirect speech, we can go a step further and we can understand how to convert direct speech into indirect speech or vice versa, right? So there are some rules which you have to understand for converting direct to indirect or indirect to direct. First thing is, in direct speech, you always use double quotes. Double quotes, those thing this side, those thing this side. Double quotes. In direct speech, you always have to use double quotes. In direct speech, you always have to use double quotes. He said, then double quotes. In double quotes, you will write what he said exactly. He said, I am busy tomorrow. He said, I am busy tomorrow. So here you are quoting what he said as it is. You are quoting what he said as it is. So you will put it in double quotes. Why was Dhruti happy? Dhruti must be happy because she got to talk to Yasser. Okay, so he said, I am busy tomorrow. What he said? He said, I am busy tomorrow. So, when you are writing now what he said, you have to put it in double thing. You have to put it in double quotes when it is in direct speech. Now, in indirect speech, you have to remove the thing. You have to remove the double quotes, and after reported verb, you have to use that. He said that he was busy the next day. There are a lot of formulas which you have to keep in mind. One by one we will understand. The first thing is, in direct speech, we use double quotes. In indirect speech, we remove the double quotes and we use the word that. Example, in this sentence, if I'm saying in direct speech, Dhruti said, I am happy. If I'm telling you, Dhruti said, I am happy. Okay, so I'm telling you what Dhruti said as it is in Dhruti's words. So I'll put this in double quotes. In double quotes. I'll put this in double quotes, double thing. Dhruti said, double quotes, I am happy. Dhruti said, double quotes, I am happy. Now, if you'll convert this into indirect speech, then you will say, Dhruti said that. This word is very important. In indirect speech, you will add the word that. Dhruti said that she was happy. Dhruti said that she was happy. Rest thing, I will tell you later on. I will tell you just now. First thing, please understand, in direct speech, we use this double quotes. In indirect speech, we remove these double quotes and we add the word that. Dhruti said that she was happy. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. Till now clear. Till now clear. Remove double quotes and add the word that. Now, Dhruti said, I am happy. Dhruti said, I am happy. This is your double quotes. This is your double quotes. The text inside the double quote is exactly what Dhruti said. And the word before double quotes is known as reported verb. This is verb na. Dhruti said. Dhruti said. Said. This is what? Verb. Verb na. This is action. So Dhruti did what? Dhruti said. So said is your verb. And this verb outside your double quotes is known as reported verb. So here this said word is known as reported verb. What, madam? Reported verb. My dear, please understand this verb. Dhruti said. Said is the verb. This verb which is used outside the double quotes, double quote, it is known as reported verb. Reported verb. And madam, one very important, you have to change the tense. You have to change the tense. If reported verb is in past tense, I'm telling you, Dhruti said. Reported verb is in past tense. Said, say, said, said. Say, said, said. Said is in past tense na. Past tense. So if reported verb is in past tense na, in that case you have to convert this whole sentence into past tense. Hayala, madam, what? Come again. I am saying if reported verb. What is reported verb? Said. Said is in past tense kya? Yes na. Say, said, said. Said is in past tense na. Yes. So if reported verb is in past tense na, then while converting direct speech to indirect speech, you have to convert this sentence into past tense. You have to convert this quoted sentence into past tense. So I am happy will become she was happy. Am will become was. Am will become was. Are you understanding? Yes, madam. What are you saying, madam? Come again. Once again, I'm talking about the rules to convert direct speech to indirect speech or vice versa. If in direct speech we are saying Dhruti said, then double quotes, I am happy. So in indirect speech, you will write Dhruti said that. You will add the word that. You will remove double quotes. And then you will see whether reported verb is present or past. Reported verb is in past tense now. So you have to convert I am happy into past tense. So it will become she, am will become was, she was happy. And you have to change the subject also. Here we are talking Dhruti said I am happy. So Dhruti is talking in first tense. Dhruti said I. But when I am talking in my words, so I will say she na. I will use third form. So I will become she here. I will become she. So here when Dhruti is saying I am happy. So if I am telling you, let's say I am telling Shilpa what Dhruti said. So I am talking to Shilpa. I am me and Shilpa are talking. So here I and Shilpa are talking. So here I will say, oh, Dhruti said that she was happy. So please understand, I will become she. Subject also you have to change. I will become she. M will become past. M will become was. Why, madam, M will become was? Because since the reported speech is in past tense, so you have to convert this present tense into past tense. So M will become was. and happy. So I am happy will become she was happy. Are we clear with this? So are you understanding? We will study this in detail. Madam and sir, if direct speech says that Dhruti said I am happy, in indirect speech it will become Dhruti said that she was happy. She was happy. Are we clear with this? Let's do some more example. Yes, let's see here example. He said. He said. Then what he said we have written in double quotes. We have written in double quotes. What he said? He said, I am busy tomorrow. I am busy tomorrow. So what you will do? You will write he said that. First you will add the word that, and then you will remove the double quotes. You will remove the double quotes. Now, since this sentence is in present tense, you have to convert this into past tense. So here, madam and sir, please notice M will become was. M will become was. I will become he. Now, how to change the subject? How to change the pronoun? That you have to apply your brain. If he is saying I am happy and I am telling that in my words, so obviously I will say he said that he was busy. He said I am busy. If I'll say this in my words, I will say he said that he was busy. So I will become he. Are you understanding? And tomorrow will become the next day. How tomorrow will become next day? This also I'll tell you. So basic, are you understanding? If you're converting direct speech to indirect speech, you have to convert the subject also. I will become he, and the present tense will become past tense, and M will become was. M will become was. So you have to change the tense. The most important thing where students make mistake in direct and indirect speech is where students make mistake in direct and indirect speech is tense. You have to convert tense. How to convert tense? Here are some rules. You have to see reported verb. For that you have to see reported verb. You have to see reported verb. If your reported verb, I have already told you what is reported verb. If your reported verb is in past tense, then you have to convert your sentence from present tense to past tense. How to convert, madam? If your reported verb is past tense, reported verb means verb which is outside the double quotes. Example, here which verb is outside the double quotes? Outside the double quotes, the verb is said. Said is in past tense, right? Yes. So if your reported verb is in past tense, then you have to convert the whole sentence into past tense. You have to convert the whole sentence into past tense. Example, if your sentence is simple present tense, then you have to convert it into simple past tense. If your sentence is in present continuous tense, then you have to convert it into past continuous tense. If your sentence is in present perfect tense, then you have to convert it into past perfect tense. If your sentence is in present perfect continuous, you have to convert it into past perfect continuous. If your sentence is in simple past tense, then you have to convert it into past perfect. And if your sentence is in past perfect, then it will remain in past perfect only. Example, madam, example. Example we will do from book. Please come to the page number 2.26. Please come to the page number 2.26. Please come to the page number 2.26. 2.26. Yes. Come to the page number 2.26. This table. Come to this table. This is very important. Madam and sir, direct and indirect speech question comes in your paper. You should know how to convert direct speech into indirect speech and how to convert direct speech into indirect speech. So, sir and madam, here are certain examples given. Example is, she said, I always drink coffee. She said, I always drink coffee. I always drink coffee. She said, one and the same thing. You can write she said before also, after also, one and the same thing. So, this is your direct speech. Now, madam, reporting verb is in past tense. Kya? Yes, madam. Reporting verb means verb which is outside the double quotes. So, said is in past tense. Yes. So, now you have to convert the tense of the sentence while converting direct speech to indirect speech. How, madam? This sentence is in simple present tense. Always drink. This is your verb 1. This is your simple present tense. So, in order to convert this into indirect speech, you have to convert simple present into simple past tense. How you will convert? She said that she always drank coffee. Drink will become drank. Drink will become drank. Drink will become drank. Drink is the verb 1. in order to make it into simple past, we have to make it verb 2. So drink, drank, drunk. Drink, drank, drunk. So drink will become drank. Are you understanding? Simple present will become simple past. Simple present in direct speech will become simple past in indirect speech. Please understand, I always drink coffee. She said. She said. She said. The shed is reported verb. Reported verb is in past tense. So this sentence in quotation, this sentence which is in quotation mark, this is in simple present. So you have to convert this into simple past. So I always drink coffee. She said. It will become, she said that she always drank coffee. Drink will become drank. Are we clear with this? Yes. Another example, madam. If your direct speech is in present continuous, then you have to convert it into past continuous in indirect speech if your reported verb is past. Example, I am reading a book. She exclaimed. He exclaimed. He exclaimed. I am reading a book. He exclaimed. So here, he exclaimed. Reported verb is exclaimed. Explained, sorry. Explained is your reported verb, and explained is in past tense. So since your reported verb is in past tense, you have to convert this present continuous sentence into past continuous sentence. How, madam? How? He explained, I am reading a book. It will be converted to, he explained that he was reading a book. Am reading will become was reading. Please understand, this is present tense. Am reading is present tense. You have to convert it into past tense. So it will become was reading. He was reading a book. Next is, if your reported verb is in past tense, then your present perfect will be converted into past perfect. Your present perfect in direct speech will be converted to past perfect in indirect speech. Too much converting. There is more converting. Just wait. Okay, so present perfect will be converted to past perfect. Example, she said he has finished his work. She said she said what? She said, now in double quotes, she said he has finished his work. She said he has finished his work. So now said is reported verb. Reported verb is in past tense. So now this sentence which is in quotation mark, this sentence is in present perfect. You have to convert this into past perfect. So has will become had. Has will become had. So you will write, she said he has finished his work. So you will write, she said that he had finished his work. Are you understanding? He will remain he here only, and has will become had, then finished his work. Has finished will become had finished. Has finished will become had finished. So here, if the reported verb is in past, then you have to convert present perfect tense into past perfect tense. So if in direct speech it is he has finished, then in indirect speech it will become he had finished. He had finished. Are we clear with this? Next is, if your reported verb is past tense and your direct speech is in present perfect continuous, then it will be converted into past perfect continuous in indirect speech. So present perfect continuous will be converted to past perfect continuous. Example, madam, example. He told me I have been to Spain. He told me I have been to Spain. I have been to Spain. So here you will write had been. Have been will become had been. Have been will become had been. Have been will become had been. So here it will become, he told me that he had been to Spain. Have been will become had been. Present perfect continuous will be converted into past perfect continuous. Next is, if your direct speech is in simple past tense, then your indirect speech will be in past perfect tense. If your direct speech is in simple past tense, then in indirect speech it will be converted into past perfect tense. Example, he said Bill arrived on Saturday. Bill arrived. This is simple past. This is simple past. Bill arrived. So you have to convert this into past perfect. Example, he said that Bill had arrived. In order to make past perfect, you have to add had plus verb 3. So if you are saying Bill arrived on Saturday, then how you will convert it into past perfect? You will write, he said that Bill had arrived on Saturday. Done for the week. Yes, थोड़ा सा और we are almost done. We are done with a major part. Only few rules are left for converting direct to indirect and indirect to direct. Yes, next is if your sentence is in past perfect, then it will remain in past perfect only. So if your sentence is, I had just turned out the light, he explained. So here explained is the reported verb, and reported verb is in past. So you have to convert this whole sentence into past perfect. So here this sentence is in past perfect. It will remain in past perfect only. No need to change. Simply I will become he. So how you have to convert it? He explained, I had just turned out the light. So here you will write, he explained that he had just turned out the light. Past perfect will remain past perfect only. So are you clear? Are you clear with the conversion thing? Are you clear with the conversion thing? Are you clear with the conversion of the verb? Yes, it is thoda sa complicated, but trust me, if you will just go through this example and this formula once or twice, it will be very easy for you. It will be very easy for you. Yes, are we clear with this? Are we clear with this? Yes, rules of conversion, direct speech to indirect speech, how to convert the verb. We are studying how to convert the verb. Now you know there are few more is there. Three more is there. If your sentence direct speech is in past continuous, then in the indirect speech you have to convert it into past perfect continuous. Example, they told me we are living in Paris. We were living in Paris. So this is past continuous. So you have to convert it into past perfect continuous. Example, they told me that they had been living in Paris. Are we clear with this? Please understand, most of the students make mistake here. You have to know this rule so that you don't make mistake here. We are living in Paris, they told me. This is your past continuous. So you have to convert it into past perfect continuous. They told me that they had been living in Paris. So were living will become had been living. Are we clear with this? Yes. Next, simple future will become conditional. So simple, please understand, will be become would be, replaced will be with would be, and will be would become would be. Simple. Yes. So simple future will become conditional. Conditional means simply in future tense. Please remember, you have to you have to replace will with would. You have to replace will with would. So if you're using, I will be in Geneva on Monday, he said. So you have to write it. He said that he would be in Geneva on Monday. He would be in Geneva on Monday. She said, I will be using the car next Friday. So you have to write, she said that she would be using the car next Friday. If you don't know this rule, I'm telling you, if you don't know this rule, then you will write will be. You will write will be in. You will write will be in passive in indirect speech as well. But you should know that no, will be has to be converted to would be. Will be has to be converted to would be. Would be. Are you understanding? So instead of will be, you have to use would be. Instead of will be, you have to use would be in indirect speech. So if direct speech says, I will be in Geneva on Monday, he said, then you have to write, he said that he would be in Geneva on Monday. Right? Are we clear with this? Yes. We are done with most of the fact. Yes. Yes. My dear. Yes, converted. Yes. Other 6. Yes. Okay. Okay. So what we studied most important thing which we ignore, which you don't have to ignore. You have to change the tense. Changing the tense is very important. Very important when you're converting direct to indirect. You have to remember. You have to convert present tense into past tense. You have to convert present tense into past tense. You must remember this. Right. So my dear students, when you're converting direct speech to indirect speech, you have to change the tense, but there are some exception to this. In 3 cases you don't have to change the tense, meaning present tense will be present tense only. In 3 cases there are some exception. In 3 cases you don't have to change the tense. Number one, if what you are saying is a universal truth. Example: honesty is the best policy. This is universal truth. Universal truth, like, which is universally applicable, right? Honesty is the best policy. If you are saying any universal truth, then you don't have to change the tense. You don't have to change it to past tense. It will be same to same. It will be in the same tense. Example: he said honesty is the best policy. So now this is universal truth. If you want to convert this direct speech into indirect speech, how you have to write: he said that, then copy this as it is. Honesty is the best policy. You don't have to change anything. Why? Because this is universal truth. If someone is speaking any universal truth, then you have to copy that as it is in the indirect speech. You don't have to convert it into past tense. So वैसे तो we have studied कि if we are converting direct to indirect speech, then we have to convert the tense. But when you are telling any universal truth which is universally applicable, in that case you don't have to change the tense. So simply he said honesty is the best policy will become he said that honesty is the best policy. Simply you have to do one thing: remove the double quotes and add the word that. That's it. We have converted direct voice to direct speech to indirect speech. Next, if what you are saying is still relevant on today's date also, then also you don't change the tense to past tense. Example: Sheila said French is easy to learn. Now Sheila said in past, right, that French is easy to learn. Now if this sentence is relevant today also, if French is easy to learn today also, if this sentence is relevant today also, then you can write it in past tense. You don't need to convert it into you can write it as it is in the present tense. You don't need to convert it into past tense. Are we clear with this? Sheila said French is easy to learn. So if French is easy to learn even today, if this is applicable today also, if this is relevant today also, then you can write it in present tense only. You don't need to convert it into past tense. However, if you feel like it is not relevant in today's date, it is not relevant in today's date, nowadays French is not easy to learn, then you can convert it into past tense. So if something which is relevant today also, then you don't need to convert it into past tense. Example: Sheila said French is easy to learn. This is direct speech. So now if let's say today also French is easy to learn, so you can write it in present tense only, that Sheila said that French is easy to learn. Sheila said that French is easy to learn. And if you feel like no, it is not relevant today, so you can convert it into past tense. Sheila said that French was easy to learn. Sheila said that French was easy to learn. Are we clear with this? Third exception is if the reporting verb is in present tense, then you don't have to convert the sentence into past tense. Example: he says I like classical music. Hi Allah madam, what did you say? What did you say? Madam, please understand. He says I like classical music. He says I like classical music. Here says is in present tense. Says is in present tense. Here the word says is in present tense. Say, said, said. Say, said. When you say said, that is in past tense. But when you say or says, that is in present tense. So here reported verb means the verb which is outside the double quotation in direct speech. If the reported verb is in present tense, then you don't need to convert the sentence into past tense. You can write the sentence in present tense only. Example: he says I like classical music. So you can convert how: he says that he likes classical music. How? He says that He likes classical music. Are we clear with this? Yes. So here, why, madam? If reported verb is in present tense, then you don't have to convert the whole sentence into past tense. You have to write the sentence in present tense only. He says that he likes classical music. Like will become likes only. He likes classical music. Are we clear with this? Yes, yes. Are we understanding? वैसे तो when you're converting direct to indirect, you have to convert present tense into past tense. But in 3 cases, you don't have to convert present tense into past tense. You have to write in present tense only if it is a universal truth, if it is still relevant, and if the reported verb is in present tense. And I'm assuming you know what is reporting verb. Yes, yes, yes. Ma'am, your teaching skills are awesome. Thank you so much, Shilpa. Is flattering allowed? Bilkul, bilkul. Always. Okay. Yes, yes. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. Ekdam crystal clear. Few rules I will teach you from book, which I have not yet, which I have not written in notebook. So few rules we will do from book. So come to page number 2.27 in your book. Come to page number 2.27, last table. Come to page number 2.27. Come to page number 2.27. 2.27, last table. I'm hungry, but let's just complete this, and then yes, yes. So come to the last table of page number 2.27. Page number 2.27. Come to the last table. Come to the last table. The last table of page number 2.27. आज तो उपवास है. Oh, आपका उपवास है. इसीलिए you were asking for break. Yes, yes. Yasir is fasting for good result, or what? thoda sa we are left. Now here, when you're converting direct speech to indirect speech, you have to convert certain words. Like if you're using here indirect speech, it will be converted to there in indirect speech. If today, if you're using today in direct speech, it will be converted to that day in indirect speech. If you are using yesterday in direct speech, it will become the day before in indirect speech. If you are using tomorrow in direct speech, it will become the next day in indirect speech. If you are using next week in direct speech, it will become the following week in indirect speech. If you are using next month in direct speech, it will become the following month in indirect speech. If you are using now in direct speech, it will become then in indirect speech. If you are using ago in direct speech, it will become before in indirect speech. Thus will become so. Last night will become the night before. This will become that. These will become those. Come will become go. Come will become go. Ma'am, do we have to memorize this? Of course, yes. Unfortunately, yes. Yes. Example, madam. Example. Example. He said, let's take an example. He said, I like this game. Example, he said, I like this game. He said, I like this game. Please tell me how to convert this into indirect speech. First, is this direct speech or indirect speech? Madam, yaar, double quotation is there. Of course, it is direct speech. So this is direct speech. Can you tell me how to convert it into indirect speech? Anyone? Anyone? Can you tell me how to convert this into indirect speech? Yes. Can anyone convert this into indirect speech? He said, I like this game. Anyone? Can anyone convert this? Can anyone convert this? Can anyone convert this into indirect speech? He said, I like this game. Yes, can anyone convert this in indirect speech? Can anyone? No one? He said he liked that game. Maybe, not sure. So first of all, you will write he said. First of all, you will write he said. Then you will add the word golden word that. This is your golden word. You will add the golden word that. He said that. Now I will become he, because he said I like this game, so you will say he said that. He like will become liked. Like will become liked. Why, madam? Why like will become liked? Please understand, said is in past tense. Reported verb is in past tense na, so you have to convert simple present into simple past na. Bhul gaye kya? We just did na. Arey my dear, we just did na. We just did. Forgot kya? I just told you that this said is reported verb. If reported verb is in past tense, then you have to convert present tense into past tense. So this tense, I like this game, this is in simple present tense, so you have to convert this into simple past tense. You have to convert this into simple past tense. So if you are saying I like, then it will become he liked. Like will become liked. Like will become liked. Why? Because reported verb is in past tense, so simple present will be converted into simple past. So like will be converted to liked, and this will become that. This will become that game. How many of you gave correct answer? Yasir said he liked that game. Yes, he said Yasir, you missed a golden word, that. Wrong answer. Shilpa said he said that he likes that game. Shilpa, wrong. You said likes. Likes is wrong answer. You have to convert it into past. It will be liked. Vaishnavi said he said that he likes the game, likes that game. Vaishnavi also wrong. Shilpa also wrong. Yasir also wrong. Zero, zero, everyone zero. Zero anda, you will get two anda, two eggs. Yes, 80% सही था. No, see here. Now the question is, this comes for 1 mark. Okay. If you will do this mistake, you will not get half marks, my dear. You will not get half marks. All of you will get 0 out of 1 here. Please understand. That's why I'm telling you, these rules are very important, which you have to keep in your mind. These rules are very important. Mostly we forget to convert tense. Mostly we forget to convert tense. You have to convert the tense. Are you understanding? Yes, even one word. If you make mistake, even one word mistake in this, you will not get marks. If your sentence is completely perfect, then only you will get 1 mark. Otherwise, you will get 0. Even if your half sentence is correct, half sentence is wrong, you will get 0 marks. 1 marks will be gone. Are you understanding? So if your direct speech is he said I like this game, so you have to write that he said that. I will become he. Like will become liked. Why? Because reported verb is in past tense, so like will become liked. Simple past, simple present will be converted into simple past tense, liked, and this will become that. This game will become that game. Are we clear with this? Yes, yes. Here I told you na, that this will become that, now will become then, ago will become before. So if you use any of this word in the direct speech, then in the indirect speech you have to use these words. If there is here in direct speech, you have to use there in indirect speech. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? One more example I will give you. Here. He said, I am busy tomorrow. He said, I am busy tomorrow. So how you will convert this into indirect speech? You will write, he said that I will become he, am will become was. He said that he was busy. Tomorrow will become the next day. Tomorrow will become the next day. Are you understanding? He said that he was busy the next day. He said that he was busy. Tomorrow will become next day. Tomorrow will become next day. Are you understanding? Like here I told you now, tomorrow, if there is tomorrow in direct speech, then you have to convert it into the next day in indirect speech. Are we clear with this? Everyone crystal clear? Yes, madam, ekdam crystal clear. बिल्कुल 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 एकदम crystal clear. Okay, great. Now what we studied till now, we are learning how to convert direct speech into indirect speech or vice versa. So here in this we studied first thing that we studied is you have to remove the double quotes, you have to add the word that. Then secondly we studied you have to change the tense, And third, we have studied that you have to change certain words. Now, fourth thing, you have to change the pronoun. You have to change the pronoun. Remember, I told you instead of I, you have to use the word he. How to change the pronoun? Generally, first person is converted into second person is converted into third person, but not always. Here now you have to apply it your brain, that who is talking to whom. Here, don't follow this rule. This is general rule, but every time this is not followed. This is general, that first person will be converted to second person will be converted to third person. This is very general, but always this formula does not apply. You have to apply your brain. You have to apply your brain, that who is talking to whom. Example, Ram says, I am going to Thailand. So Rahul says, I am going to Thailand. So if you're converting this into indirect speech, then you have to write Rahul says that. Now you are telling what Rahul said. Rahul is a third person. So if you are using if you are telling this in your words, you are talking about any third person, Rahul. So you will use he. Rahul says that he is going to Thailand. So here I will be changed to he. First person will become third person. So are you understanding? There's no formula to this. First person will become second person or third person. You have to apply your brain, that who is talking to whom, who is speaking to whom. You have to apply your brain here, that Rahul says, I am going to Thailand. So if you convert this in your point of view, then you will say Rahul says that he is going to Thailand. Example, Priya says, I will leave soon. Priya says, I will leave soon. So if you want to convert this into indirect speech, you will write that Priya says that she will leave soon. So here I will become she. Are you understanding? I will become she. Example, one more example. I said to Sachin, you will have to play cricket. So I said to Sachin, what? You will have to play cricket. And I'm telling you. Let's say there is one person called Sachin. Let's say this is Sachin. Okay. And this is me. I said to Sachin that you will have to play cricket. Please understand. Okay. So I am saying to Sachin that you will have to play cricket. Now I am telling someone else. Let's say Yasir. I am telling Yasir that what I said to Sachin. I am telling Yasir what I said to Sachin. So how I will say? I will say I said to Sachin that he would have to play cricket. Please understand. Now Sachin is the third person. So here you will be converted to he. Now I am telling Yasir. Let's say I am telling Yasir that what I said to Sachin. So I will say, I'm talking to Yasir and I'm saying him, I said to Sachin that he would have to play cricket. Remember, I told you will become would, and would become would be. So if there is will in direct voice, then you will write will be. Sorry. If there is will in direct speech, then you will write would in indirect speech. If there is will be in direct speech, then you will write would be in indirect speech. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. Ekdam crystal clear. Are we clear with this? Yes, madam. So if you are saying, I said to Sachin, you will have to play cricket. How you will convert this into indirect speech? I said to Sachin that you will become he, will become would, will become would. Okay, will become would. So I said to Sachin that he would have to play cricket. Are we clear with this? Next, teacher said to you, you are wrong. Teacher said to you, you are wrong. Now I am telling you what teacher said to you. So how you will use that? Teacher said to you that you were wrong. R will become were. Present tense will become past tense. R will become were. Here you will be you only. Please understand. Teacher said to you, and even I am telling to you. So here you will become you only. You will remain you only. You will remain you only. So I'm telling you, there is no thumb rule to this. How to change the pronoun. Here you have to apply your brain. In order to change the pronoun, that who is talking to whom. So teacher said to you, you are wrong. So how to convert this into indirect speech? Teacher said to you that you were wrong. Are we clear with this? Are we clear with this? Kapil said to me, they will win. They will win. Kapil said to me that they would win. They would win. Here they will be, they will remain they only. They will remain they only. Will, we will convert it into past. Will become would. Will become would. Kapil said to me, they will win. So it will become, Kapil said to me that they would win. I hope you are understanding. I hope you are understanding this thing. I hope you are understanding this thing. So basically what I told you, how to change the pronoun. Here basically how to change the pronoun, you have to apply your brain, how to change the pronoun. Some very basic thing, you can memorize this. Direct, you can memorize this. You can write it in your book only or your notebook. Anyone want Maggie? Yasir, you will get na one nice flying chada. एक तो I am already hungry, ऊपर से you are reminding me of Maggie. ठीक है, don't do that. We have to first complete the lecture. थोड़ा सा, we are left with only थोड़ा सा, one page. So if in direct voice, if in direct speech, you are using the word can, may, must, would, could, should, ought, then in indirect speech, you have to replace it with, you have to replace can with could, may with might, must with had to, would will remain would only, could will remain could only, should will remain should only, ought will remain ought only. What, madam? Simply one simple si baat. If in direct speech you are using can, in indirect speech you will use could. If in direct speech you are using may, then in indirect speech you will use might. If in direct speech you are using must, then in indirect speech you will use had to. If in direct speech you are using would, in indirect speech you will use would only, could only, should only, ought only. Same to shame. Acha, one also you can write here one more. Will, would. Will become would. Can will become could. May will become might. Must will become had to. Rest all will remain shame to shame. Would will remain would only. Could will remain could only. Should will remain should only. Ought will remain ought only. Example, madam. Example. Example. Can. He said, I can drive a car. He said, I can drive a car. So how to convert it? He said that he could drive a car. Can will become could. Can will become could. He said, I can drive a car. He said that he could drive a car. May. He said, I may buy a computer. He said, I may buy a computer. It will become might. He said that he might buy a computer. He said that he might buy a computer. Next, he said, I must work hard. Must will become had to. Must will become had to. He said, I must work hard. So how to convert this? He said that he had to work hard. He said that he had to work hard. Must will become had to. Next, would will remain would only, could will remain could only, should will remain should only, ought will remain ought only. Example, they said we would apply for a visa. They said that we will become they, we will become they. They said that they would apply for a visa. Next, he said, I could run faster. He said that I will become he, I will become he. He said that he could will remain could only. He said that he could run faster. Next, he said, I should avail the opportunity. He said that he should avail the opportunity. Should will remain should only. He said to me, you ought to wait for him. He said to me that I ought to wait for him. Here you have to convert you with I. So I told you now how to change the pronoun. You have to apply your brain. You have to apply your common sense. He said to me, you ought to wait for him. He said to me that I ought to wait for him. So these are certain tricks. You can copy paste this or you can take the screenshot. How to convert direct to indirect speech. Last is your how to convert the imperative and interrogative sentence. That's it. Exclamatory sentence, no need to understand. How to convert imperative sentence. Imperative means when you give any advice, suggestion, request or command. How to convert imperative sentence? When you are giving any command or advice or suggested or requested, then you have to add this word ordered to, requested to, instructed to, just like we did in active passive voice. Now similarly, example, let's take one example of order. Let's take one example of order. Here one sentence is given: the master said to the servant, finish the work at once. The master said to the servant, then what he said in quotation mark, finish the work at once. This is your direct speech. How to convert this into indirect speech? Basically, master orders the servant finish the work at once. So here master is ordering the servant. So here you will replace this word said with order. Please understand that in imperative sentence, you have to convert this word said to either ordered to, or requested to, or suggested to, or proposed to. You have to convert. So basically, if I talk about imperative sentence now, if I talk about imperative sentence, then if said word is used now, then you have to if say or said word is used now, then you have to replace it with ordered to, or requested to, or suggested, or requested to, ordered to, instructed to, all this thing. Are we clear with this? Are we clear with this? Example, master said to the servant. So here this is imperative sentence. Master is ordering the servant. So here the word said will be replaced with ordered. The master ordered the servant to, and then here that you won't use that. Instead of that, you will use to. So normally we use the golden word that, but here in imperative sentence, instead of that, we will use golden word to. We will use golden word to. We will use golden word to. Example, the master ordered the servant to, then you can copy this as it is, finish the work at once. The master ordered to. Please understand how we are solving imperative sentence. Example, the mother, let's take one more example. The teacher said to me, don't talk. Teacher said to me, do not talk. Teacher said to me, do not talk. So teacher is ordering me to not to talk. Are you understand? So teacher said to me, don't talk. So how I will convert this direct speech into indirect speech? I will convert teacher ordered me. ठीक है, said to me will become ordered me. Teacher ordered, said will become ordered. Teacher said to me, teacher ordered me. Said to me will become ordered me. Teacher said to me, teacher ordered me not to talk. Here golden word is your to, but one thing, madam, when you use do not in direct voice, it become not to in indirect voice. So do not ki jagah it become not to. So you will use not first, it will become not to. Do not will become not to. So if you are saying teacher said to me do not talk, so you will write teacher ordered me not to talk. Teacher ordered me not to talk. This is how you have to convert direct speech into indirect speech for imperative sentence. One more example. The mother said to the cook, let me help you. The mother said to the cook, let me help you. So here mother proposed the cook. Mother is offering the cook to help him, right? The mother said to the cook, let me help you. So how to convert this direct speech into indirect speech? You have to replace this word said to proposed. So you have to replace this word said with proposed. The mother proposed the cook to help him. Simply you can write to help. The mother proposed the cook to help. Are you understanding? Let's take one more example. Father said to his son, work hard for success in life. Here father is advising his son. So what you can do? You can use the word advised to. Here father is advising the son. Father said to his son, work hard for success in life. So here how to convert this direct speech into indirect speech? You can write, instead of said, you can use advised. Instead of said, you can use advised. The father advised his son to work hard for success in life. To work hard for success in life. ठीक है, father advised the son to work hard for success in life. Father advised the son to work hard for success in life. I hope imperative sentence are clear to you. Basically, what you have to take care in imperative sentence, you have to use the word to. To is the golden word here. Instead of that, you have to use the word to. Do not will become not to. Do not will become not to. Do not will become not to. And you have to use proposed to, suggested to, ordered to, requested to, instructed to, advised to. All this word you have to use. You have to replace the word said with all this word. All this is your example for converting imperative sentence into from direct to indirect speech. Second last is your converting interrogative sentence from direct to indirect speech. Converting interrogative sentence. Last exclamatory is not important. We are done. We are done with this chapter. The last, basically your last rule is how to convert question sentences from direct to indirect speech. So for that I will write here how to convert interrogative sentence from direct to indirect speech. How to convert interrogative sentence from direct from how to convert interrogative sentence from direct to indirect speech. See here. So first of all, if your question starts with are, is, am, was, were, you have to replace it with if or whether. You have to take care of these rules now, which I'm telling you. Next, if your question starts with said, nice, said, you have to replace with asked or asked or demanded or inquired. Asked or demanded or inquired. Point number one. Point number two. Point number three is your WH word. You have to use the same word. You have to use the same word. WH word. WH like what, whom, where, why, how, which. Where, why, how, and which. You have to use shame to shame. You have to use shame to shame. And lastly you have to convert interrogative question, you have to convert into assertive sentence. These four rules you have to take care while converting a question from direct to indirect speech. These four rules I have made it easy. Now we will discuss this with the help of example. That's it. Last rule for converting direct speech to indirect speech. If you're converting direct speech to indirect speech and it is in question form, interrogative sentence. So first of all, whenever the word said is used, you have to replace the word with asked or demanded or inquired. If the word is, am, are, was, were is used, question starts with is, am, are, was, were, then you have to replace it with if or whether. If question starts with WH word, what, where, whom, where, which, why, then you have to copy it as it is, same to same in indirect speech. And you have to convert question into normal sentence. You have to convert interrogative sentence into assertive sentence. Interrogative yani question sentence, assertive yani normal sentence. You have to convert interrogative into normal sentence. Let's understand with the help of example. Sanya asked, are you coming with them? Please understand. Sanya asked, are you coming with them? Let's say here we are saying Sanya said. For example, Sanya said, are you coming with them? First thing, you have to convert said with asked or inquired. Or first thing, you have to, instead of said, you have to use asked or demanded or inquired, any of this word, asked or demanded or inquired. Instead of said, you have to use asked or demanded or inquired. So here instead of said, you can write asked. So if in direct speech we are writing Sanya said, then in indirect speech, you can write Sanya asked. Now, are, I told you, are you coming with them? If question is starting with are. If question is starting with are, then you have to replace it with if or whether. You have to replace it with if or whether. I told you, if your question starts with is, am, are, was, were. If question starts with, is, am, are, was, were, then you have to replace it with if or whether. You have to replace it with if or whether. Example, are you coming with them? Here are will be replaced by if. Now you will be replaced by I, pronoun, how to change the pronoun. For that you have to apply your brain, you have to apply your common sense. Sanya said, are you coming with them? Sanya asked if I, now you have to make it you are, you have to make it a normal assertive sentence, meaning if you will convert this question into normal sentence. Question is, are you coming with them? Normal sentence is, you are coming with them. Are you understanding? Convert it into normal sentence. Question is, are you coming with them? And normal sentence is, you are coming with them. So you have to convert it into normal sentence. I was coming with them. You have to convert question into assertive sentence. And here in direct speech, you are using question mark. In indirect speech, you cannot use question mark. You don't have to use question mark. Are we clear with this? Yes. Please understand that said will be replaced by asked. See asked. Are will be replaced by if or whether. Sanya asked if, now you are coming with them. We will convert it into I was coming with them. I, you will become I. Because Sanya asked me, na. Sorry. Yeah. Sanya asked me, are you coming with them? So how I will write? Sanya asked if I was coming with them. I was coming with them. Are we clear with this? Along with I, we use was, I was, I was. So I was coming with them. Sanya asked if I was coming with them. One more question we will take. Yes. Are we understanding? My dear, stomach is like room room. Are we understanding? Last point. If you are using, let's take one more example. One more example. Very good example. He said to me, what are you doing? Very good example. He said to me, what are you doing? So first thing, how to convert direct speech into indirect speech. Said will be converted into asked. He said to me, he asked me. He asked me. WH word will be copied as it is. What will be what only. Now you have to convert question into normal sentence. What are you doing? He said to me, what are you doing? So here I will write, he asked me what I was doing. He asked me, what are you doing will become what I was doing. And here you will end it with full stop. Please understand that in direct speech, the question you will end with question mark. But when you will convert it into indirect speech, you will convert it into assertive sentence and not interrogative sentence. So it will end with full stop and not question mark. Are you understanding? So said will be replaced with asked, WH word will be copied as it is, and interrogative sentence you have to convert into assertive sentence. What are you doing? What I was doing. Are you understanding? So here how to replace you with I? Here you have to apply your common sense, that who is talking to whom. He said to me, what are you doing? He asked me what I was doing. One more example. The gentleman said, where is the market? The gentleman said, where is the market? So first thing, said will be replaced by asked. The gentleman asked. Now WH word will be copied as it is. Gentleman asked, where was the market? Where was the market? It will be converted to past tense. See here, are will be converted to was. Is will be converted to was. Why? Because reported speech is in past tense. So you will convert the question also into past tense. Where is the market will become where was the market. What are you doing? What I was doing. Are will become was. Present will become past. Why? Because reported verb is in past tense. So gentleman asked, where was the market, or where the market was. Are you understanding how to convert question? How to convert question? Now, have you anything to say on behalf of the accused? Do you want to say anything on behalf of the accused? Said the judge to the lawyer. Meaning, judge said to the lawyer, have you anything to say on behalf of the accused? So what you can do, the judge inquired of the lawyer. Here instead of said, you can use the word inquired. Instead of said, you can use the word inquired. The judge inquired the lawyer if he had anything to say. If he had. So here have is replaced to if. We clear with this? So here, even if sentence starts with was, were, do, does, has, ya have, ya had, do, does, did, do, does, did. In all these cases, you will replace it with if or whether. Please understand, if question, if question starts with are, is, am, was, were, do, does, did, has, have, had, then it will be replaced with if or whether. If question starts with WH word, what, whom, where, why, how, which, then you have to copy it as it is, same to same. Said will be replaced with asked, demanded, or inquired, and interrogative you have to convert into assertive sentence. One more thing, question mark will be converted to full stop. Question mark will be converted to full stop. Are we clear with this? All these 5 things you have to take care when you're converting interrogative sentence from direct to indirect speech. These 5 things you have to take care when you're converting interrogative sentence from direct speech to indirect speech. Question mark will be replaced with full stop. Are we clear with this? Is everyone clear? Yes, is everyone clear? That's it. Lastly, exclamatory sentence. What do you mean by exclamatory sentence? When you show your strong emotion, that is either you are too happy, or you are too sad, you are too excited, that is exclamatory sentence. That is exclamatory sentence. So how to convert exclamatory sentence? Let's say you are saying, oh, the reporter said, alas, many lives have been lost due to tsunami, many people died due to tsunami. So this is exclamatory sentence, this is direct speech. So how to convert direct speech into indirect speech? Simply, if it is a sad exclamatory sentence, sorrow, then you can write exclaimed with sorrow, yeah, exclaimed sadly, yeah, exclaimed sorrowfully, yeah, exclaimed with grief, etc. If it is happiness, then you can write exclaimed with joy, exclaimed with delight, exclaimed joyfully. If it is surprise, then you can write exclaimed with surprise, exclaimed with wonder, exclaimed with astonishment. Are we clear with this? Let's take an example. Let's take an example. The reporter said, alas, many people died due to tsunami. So here the reporter exclaimed sadly. This is sad exclamatory sentence. So you will write exclaimed sadly, exclaimed sadly. So you can write here, and you don't have to use interjection in indirect sentence. So you can write the reporter exclaimed sadly that many lives have been will become had been, because reported speech is in past tense. So have been will become had been, that many lives had been lost due to tsunami. Are we clear with this? Alas, we will not use alas in indirect sentence. Alas is interjection. Interjection you can use in direct speech, but you cannot use interjection in indirect speech. So instead of this interjection, you can write exclaimed sadly. If it is a happy news, then you can write exclaimed happily, exclaimed joyfully. If it is surprise news, then you can write exclaimed surprisingly, exclaimed surprisingly. Are we clear with this? So if it is sad, you can write exclaimed sadly. If it is happy, you can write exclaimed joyfully. If it is a surprise, you can write exclaimed surprisingly. So the reporter said, alas, many life have been lost due to tsunami. You can write reporter exclaimed sadly that many lives had been lost due to tsunami. Are we clear with this? Example, the grandmother said, may you meet with success wherever you go. So your grandmother is giving blessing. So here the grandmother blessed her grandson that he should, may here you can replace with should, may he should meet with success wherever he goes, wherever he goes. Here along with you are using go, but here you are replacing you with he. So along with he we will use goes, he goes. Are we clear with this? Yes, yes. Hi Tanay, I did not want to miss, so I am watching from college. That's great. That's the real spirit to learn. Very nice. With this, we are done with this particular topic. How to convert direct speech to indirect speech. Please let me know if you are able to understand all the rules, how to convert direct speech to indirect speech and vice versa, and how to convert active voice to passive voice. Madam, 6 marks question comes in your examination. That is, 6 question will come to convert direct speech to indirect speech, or vice versa, or active voice to passive voice, or vice versa. 6 marks question will come. 6 mark question. That means 6 conversion will come. 6 conversion will come. Are you able to understand all the conversion? Let me know in the chat box. Are you, if you are able to understand all the conversion of direct speech to indirect speech or indirect speech to direct speech? Yes, everyone. Are we able to understand? Yes, let me know in the chat box. Crystal clear. Any doubt? Yes, Shilpa is clear. Yes. Others, are we clear? Others, are we clear? Everyone, any doubt? Any doubt? Are we clear? Are we clear? So basically, right now we don't have time. It's already 3 hours, which is too much. So now we will not be doing questions in this particular lecture. But question number 3 from your practical question is conversion of direct speech to indirect speech. So you can solve this question number 3 for direct speech to indirect speech. Question number 4 for conversion of active to passive, and question number 5 for conversion of passive to active. Answer are also given, but what I would suggest you, first, try solving on your own. Revise what we studied. First, what you do, revise what we studied in this chapter. Okay. Revise all the rules of conversion of active to passive, passive to active, direct to indirect, indirect to direct. Revise it and then try solving on your own. And then cross check your answer with the bookish answer, whether it is correct or incorrect. And then you, if you still face any difficulty, you can ask any doubt from me. Right. Everyone crystal clear? Yes. Yes. So with this we are done with this particular chapter, my dear. In this particular chapter number 2, you only have to study this topic. Other topics you don't have to study. In this chapter number 2, you only have to study this 2 topic: active voice, passive voice, and direct and indirect speech. That's it. Other topics you don't have to study, right? So just revise the rules of active voice, passive voice, direct and indirect speech. That's it. And as you, this is the weightage of your BCR, which you all might be knowing the weightage of every chapter. Question number 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, what kind of question comes, right? So if you have any doubt in BCR or law, you can ask me. If you face any difficulty in studying notes, short notes, studying technique, revision, any difficulty, if you face any problem in law and BCR, you can anytime contact me. You can message me over Telegram at the rate CS Ishika Agrawal. You can find me in Telegram. If you will search at the rate CS Ishika Agrawal without any space, then you can find me in Telegram. If you face any difficulty, then you can text me over Telegram. Yes, with this we are finally ending our today's lecture, and we have completed our one last chapter which was left to be done. And I wish you all the very best for your exams, for your preparation. Do prepare well. Just give your best, and everything rest will be taken care of. Just give your best, try your best. Remaining time utilize very well, study well, utilize the remaining time very well, right? And I believe that you will create wonders. You will pass with flying colors. Do let me know if you need any kind of help. All the very best, all the very best for your exam preparation and for your exams. See you again. Take care, take care. Bye bye, bye bye. Take care. Bye.